Yeah. Monday morning vibes, baby. Hockey Cards Gongshow, first in your playlist. Louis on the boards, Phil on the mic. Discord crew in the cut. Let's ride, it's that Gongshow flow. Start your week on 10. Monday morning heat, yeah, we back again. Discord fam, we the heart, no doubt. Behind the bench with the crew, we shout them out. Gongshow, crank that hype. Louis in the back, make the mix sound right. Phil bring fire when he hits that cue. You tuned in now, this the Gongshow crew. So show through. First day of the week, but we feeling like playoffs. Cards on the table, pull heat, never take days off. Louis in the lab, keep the sound on lock. Pushing all the buttons, make the podcast rock. Feel with the energy, talk that talk. Skates lace tight when he walks that walk. Mic in his hand, crowd start to lean. He the spark in the room, pure gasoline. Neil got the new wheel, spin that fate. Behind the bench with the Discord greats. Names in the chat, we can feel that roar. They the heartbeat pumping through the Gongshow core. Much love to the fam that be riding all week. From the late night rips to the sneak peek sneak. You ain't just fans, you a day one crew. Without y'all here, we got nothing to do. It's that Gongshow flow, start your week on 10. Monday morning heat, yeah, we back again. Discord fan, we the heart, no doubt. Behind the bench with the crew, we shout them out. Gongshow, crank that hype. Louis in the back, make the mix sound right. Phil bring fire when he hits that cue. You tuned in now, this the Gongshow crew. California Dave, yeah, he ripped and reviewed. 24, 25 the cup, chasing hits so true, big pull talk. Every pack, no fear, he the king of the rip, West Coast of the year. Baby boy Shanda, future of the show. Bill gon' show Prince, let the hobby know. Keep the vibes moving to the next gen lane. Cars in his crib, it's in his veins. Sylvain from the made up place we see. Still part of the fam, still HCG. Laughs on deck when his name come through. Inside jokes only for the real day crew. Maybe even Victoria slide on in. More fire to the squad when the week begin. Whole team deep, yeah, we rolling like that. From the Discord chats to the podcast. The Gongshow flow, start your week on.
Hello, hobby family. How are you? Welcome back to the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. My name is Josh. Welcome to episode 349. I'm here with Bob Louie, here with Phil. Hey, boys. How's it going?
Hey. What's going on?
No, we're just talking how wintry it is. It's cold. It's cold in my house.
Oh, you're right. It's chilly. I just
It's
told
warming
Phil
up.
I like the cold.
I just
Cold's good.
told Phil I was outside shoveling, and I probably shouldn't have done that because it got my asthma going all crazy.
Sucks
yeah.
to your asthma, piggy. Lord of the Flies.
Okay. Bunch of announcements before we get started. So I want to get rolling. The 24-25 ingrained icons checklist is up on hockeychecklist.com. So be sure to check that out. Kind of excited. We'll be going through that. I think it's a week and a half from now. So within the next week, we'll be reviewing that on the show. Also have a very quick Gongshow Reloaded update. We're going to get the checklist next week on our end and start formatting it, and we should have it up on the hockeychecklist.com website as well pretty soon, and we're still targeting an early January release for that, and so looking forward to that as well. Philip, you were at the monthly Ottawa card show today. You had a disguise.
I was.
You sent us a picture. So you want to file a report from your adventures?
Yeah, my buddy Al caught me red-handed. I wore a mask and I put on a funny, silly Russian hat, like a big, just so I couldn't. I just wanted to go in and out and just pick up a few cards here and there. So I wasn't. It's nothing personal. I wasn't in the mood for too much small talk after my loser week. My brain's not firing that well, so I just went in there quick, picked up a few cards. But of course, my little Indian buddy Al recognized me right away. I didn't talk to anybody, but he kept my secret. So it was good. The auto show was good. Split right in the middle. Hockey on one side, maybe 5% baseball as well. And then the other side was all TCG. I was split right 50-50, I would say. I was there about 20 minutes. Took me about 45 minutes to get there and about almost an hour to get back. Yeah, traffic is crazy. There's far too many people in my city all of a sudden. We need 3 lanes. We need 3-lane roads here. Yeah.
You don't color the rosiest brochure of Ottawa.
It's figuring itself out. It's just been a gargantuan influx. We don't have three lane roads. We need them.
It's like your infrastructure is lacking. Hey.
Yeah, it'll figure itself out. I won't be here when it does, but all the power
Mhm.
to the city. And yeah, I just change is upon us, and we just got to get it sorted.
Was the show buzzing? A lot of people there?
Yeah, yeah. The weather didn't help. I would say it
Mhm.
was like 80% of what it normally would be, but the vibes were great. People were happy. People were smiling. Lots of families, lots of kids, and that's what I love to see. I didn't see too many entrepreneurs. I saw a lot more family oriented, and a lot of dads kind of split up from their kids, and then they go to the hockey side. And you always hear it too. Oh my God, that card's $800 because they don't know, right? And
Yeah.
we're the morons that are paying those prices. So it's funny to see a civilian get surprised at some of the price tags.
Baba Louie, you've got a report from the weekend to file?
I do. So, after winning their second Constructors Championship in a row, yesterday, Lando Norris secured the World Championship for McLaren, baby. Yeah.
That's why you're all decked out in McLaren orange. Yeah, Are we
Yep.
supposed to be, Phil and I are sharing in your excitement.
Yes,
It should be. It was
drive
exciting.
fast, turn left.
We had
Well,
a lot of
that's-
fun here.
Oh, really?
That was
Was were there hooping and hollering at the Lewis household?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Did somebody go
We had
streaking
fun.
in the quad?
No.
What does that mean? Streaking in the quad?
Have you ever seen the movie Old School with Will Ferrell?
Yeah, I didn't know he said I'm going streaking in the quad.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sweet. I
Oh,
got a
that's
movie
embarrassing.
reference over you.
Yeah,
Wow.
I guess so.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're keeping track. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's like you 8,000, me 1. So we're keeping track. Fine.
Okay.
I'm on the board. Just on the board.
Well, thanks for
Philip,
letting me
you-
have my moment there. Appreciate
Well,
it.
congratulations, Louis. I'm glad your car goes fast.
It does. Dude, been waiting since 2008, man.
I got you. No, it's a big deal.
Can those cars go faster than my truck? Yeah, obviously.
No.
No, I don't know. My
No.
truck's pretty fast.
I don't think they would drive as well in the winter, but yeah, they go faster in your truck.
Yeah, I hop over curbs, man. I love my truck.
Philip,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you recap anyone who has not seen Friday Nights with Phil? I can't imagine anyone hasn't, but maybe somebody hasn't.
Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Come on. It's very little, very smallly organized. So I understand if it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. That's okay. We had a great show. We had Aton from Mint Ink Sports, also known as We Are the Cartel on Instagram. That's his nickname. He kind of goes by Cartel. It's always stuck. But his real name's Aton. Breath of fresh air. I love that man. I want him to come back. I'd love him to be a regular on the show. And he has such a plethora of knowledge. His pop culture awareness and knowledge.
Yeah.
He's an encyclopedia of all the information that doesn't matter in this world. Cartel knows it. So we had a great time. My great friend Victoria came by.
You almost said it. You almost said it.
Rachel?
I think I have trauma from my ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend's name is Antonia. And I don't know. Maybe there's some Freudian issues there. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sorry, Victoria. And the worst part is Rebecca is Dave's wife's name. So not to make it thank goodness Dave and I are good buds, because that could have gotten really weird. But anywho, so we had a great time. We went over everything cup related. We had some good discussions. Looked at a lot of cards. I mean, it's just a goofball Friday night. Every Friday, the plan is hang out, talk about hockey cards, catch up on the week's silliest stuff. And that's it. See you next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of Aton. He's I've said it a million times. He maybe did the greatest Gongshow episode ever, where he did his 90s masterclass. And he is, when you talk about pop culture, he is cool when it comes to pop culture.
Yeah.
He knows, he's the type of guy, if you said, oh, look, I picked up this Optimus Prime Transformer toy or whatever when I was a kid, he'd be like, oh, well, do you have the one that came from the Arigato Island of Japan that was it was part of the 7th series in the Okagama collection? And it's you sure?
He's layered.
He just knows all the cool stuff like that.
He's very layered in knowledge.
And
he
then
he has hold on one sec. He has a great different perspective. I love having guys like that around. So I teed off a little bit on third party hockey card guys like Leaf and In the Game and President's Choice and all that. And Cartel agreed with everything I said, but he brought up a beautiful point, the point was it was an entry point for people that are new in the hobby. Yes, sticker autos suck and blah, 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 but you could buy a leaf box with 3 autos in it for a very good price, and that would be a great introduction to the hobby. I never thought of that. The most simplest of simple. So you want guys like that around you because they make you stop and think. And that's what I did. I stopped and think, and I adjusted my opinion. I'm just not as harsh. I still don't like it, but
Imagine that.
you know.
Then in the whole Victoria/Rebecca thing, that's reason 4,000 why we have to find a psychologist to do a psychoanalysis of the show. I would read a 12-page clinical analysis of what the heck is going on in your head. I'm guessing it's very twisted and dark.
I have 2 of those already, but I haven't been in over 20 years, so maybe we should catch up on that, eh?
Okay. Yeah. Get updated a little bit. All right, going to make a mention for a couple sponsors real quick. PCI, Private Collection Insurance. We're getting to the point where we need to think about New Year's resolutions, and I have an idea, maybe for you hockey card maniacs out there. Maybe step it up. Protect your PC in case something bad happens. Head to privatecollectioninsurance.com. Schedule some time to chat with our guy Enzo Ferrari. And ironically enough, I was chatting with Phil yesterday, and he was going through some mail. And what did you find in one of your packages, Phil?
Oh, no, I found it. I was wrong. I opened it. Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I was going to ask you about that. I got that written down.
It was my fault. So the reason the little slit was, so Josh was insinuating that I had a piece of mail that I thought was stolen, and it was a Patrick Waugh Rainbow O-Pee-Chee, and I'm like, oh, bunch of losers. You stole like an $8 card. Well, it's like 28. But it was me. And I remembered that's not normally how I open my mail, but I remember I was on the phone and I was boiling water. I was boiling my eggs. So I just did it with one hand, and that's why I just slipped it out. I forgot about it. Yeah, no card was stolen.
Multitasking. But that is exactly how cards are stolen, though. And so it made me think of PCI immediately, because if and when that ever happens to you, then you're automatically covered. So again, go to privatecollectioninsurance.com and talk to our guy, Enzo. GP Sports Cards. Grant from GP Sports Cards is the official breaking partner of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. And he's still going through strong on 24-25, the cup breaks. His Wednesday night break spots are already up on his website, gpsportcards.com. I think there's some spots left in the hit select and random, or team select and hit select breaks. So you want to get those before they'll be gone. He's also been on a buying spree lately, too. I don't know if you've seen his Instagram, but he's buying collections left and right. And so if you have a collection, it's a good time of the year to get some cash. It's spendy time of the year, so maybe hit Grant up on Instagram, figure out some time to talk, and who knows, he might make you an offer. And then he's got is it this week, Phil? He's got like a customer appreciation night that you're going to try to head down to?
I'm heading down Thursday. I'm going to go see Victoria, going to have a coffee, maybe have some lunch, visit her, open some hockey cards, and then Thursday evening, GP Sports Cards is having a customer appreciation night. And I was kind of on the fence to go, but then I read the press release, and there will be refreshments and hors d'oeuvres. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the food. I'm excited for the people, and I'm excited for, well, that's it, I guess. Yeah.
You think they'll have little weenies?
I'm not a hot dog guy. I hope they have like steak bites. Medium rare would be nice. Yeah. Probably not.
Okay. I want to make a special. Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to give a sharing best practices. When Grant picks up a huge lot, he shows that he never really shows pictures of everything individually. He'll take like 3 group family pictures, and then he'll show the biggest bangers at the end. I would like to share something that I do, and that this is how I got my Sidney Crosby Liquid Gold. Grant got that in a huge lot, and I zoomed in on the whole lot, and it's silly, but if you're looking for a card, you'll recognize the card, even if it's blurry and pixely. Message him. That's how I got the card. I didn't get the card because I'm on the Gong Show. I got the card because I was the first guy to message him about that card. And I zoomed in like a creepy weirdo on all the pictures. And that's how I got it. Don't wait for it to be officially on sale. I'm not saying harass the man. Well, maybe a little, but go get what you want, you know?
Pro tip. Good job, Phil. Thank you for adding that. Okay, we're going to make a special announcement and share something that one of our community members, one of our proud community members in the Gongshow Discord is doing right now. CT Flyers Collector 79 wants to put together the ultimate hockey card gift basket to benefit a local foundation in his area called Skate for Gauge. And what he's asking is for donations, and I'll kind of get to what he's looking for in a second, but the proceeds will benefit the Gage Rondo Scholarship Fund, helping kids play hockey regardless of financial situation or barriers, which is definitely something that we can support. And the Skate for Gage is an annual event that honors the memory of Gage Rondo, a young player whose passion for the game of hockey continues to expire, and then funds raised to support the Gage Rondo Scholarship help kids in the Junior Huskies program, no matter the family's financial situation. And so the event is this January 8th. So they're looking for donations right now. And his goal is to build, like I said, the best hockey raffle, or the best raffle basket ever. And so what he's looking for are like quality hockey cards, like rookie star parallels, not bulk or common inserts, patches or autographs, hockey boxes or unopened packs, card supplies like top loader sleeves, binder stands, or unique or display worthy hobby items. And he's putting his money where his mouth is. He's donating a Matvei Michkov's Young Guns and some other cards himself. And again, 100% of the proceeds go to the scholarship that helps kids play hockey. If you want to participate and join this worthy cause and help CT Flyers Fan 79, we have put some of the contact information up on the screen. Probably the best way if you're listening would be to look up CT as in Connecticut, Flyers Fan 79, and message him on Instagram or participate in Discord as well. So good on you, CT Flyers fan. And there will be a package coming from us this week. Be sending that out today. And anytime somebody wants to do something good for the world, we're happy to support that.
Absolutely.
Excellent initiative. Good job, boys. Good job, Discord.
All right, lastly but not least, if you want to join CT Flyers Fan in our Discord community, you can do so by supporting our show through Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Be one of the first 999 supporters of the Gong Show. Get the Future Watch Gonger title. You do get access to Discord and then all the stuff we do there, from 5K Challenge to fantasy hockey to, you can see Behind the Bench, our Discord exclusive show, which will have another episode coming out this week. And we thank Neil for continuing to carry the torch there. It's very easy to support us. Just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com, and search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. There's a link in the show description in both YouTube and the podcast app, and then our Instagram and TikTok profiles too. Baba Louie, we have one new patron since our last show that we want to thank and shout out. Please do so.
All right. I'm going to thank and shout out Dunks.
Ha!
Thanks.
Dunks.
Hit my dunk in between your donut.
Ooh.
All right, buddy, what's the game plan for today?
Game plan is starting off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then it's who's hot and the struggle bus. Following that, we'll get into some hobby news. Then it's an interview with PSA Canada's Brad Hartlin. Then we'll touch on new product releases. After that, it's Phil's Gongshow Mailbag. And we finish up with, well, I almost would call this Phil's personal pickups too.
Really?
Holy cow. Oh, yeah.
I was a little more honest this week.
Oh, Phil went ham. Good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what you got. It's always fun to
I
see
went
what you
ham.
pick up.
I went ham with my disclosure.
Oh,
I go ham all the time. Go on.
be a little less incognito. All right, let's get rolling with a Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're working our way through the complete list of Hockey Hall of Fame players. We started with the first Hall of Fame class in 1945 and have been working our way to the present day. Today's Hall of Famer we're going to learn more about is Marty Barry. You guys familiar with Marty?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Great Scott, Marty, but that's about
I
it.
thought of that too. It was like had the Enchantment Under the Sea dance going through my head.
Yeah. Ooh la la.
All right. You haven't been to Marty's house for dinner lately or anything, Louis? No, nothing?
Not
right.
lately.
Martin James Barry lived from 1905 until passing away at the age of 63 in 1969. He was born in Quebec City, passed away in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Maybe knew Brad. I don't know. Marty was a hockey center, was a lot of
Maybe
shot.
they played together.
Yeah. Stood 6 foot tall. Brad's not that old.
Thank
Weighed
you.
195 pounds. A pretty big dude for the early-ish 1900s. In a professional hockey career that lasted from 1927 until 1941, Marty played for the New York Americans, the Boston Bruins, Detroit Red Wings, and Montreal Canadiens. He was a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, went back-to-back in 1936 and 1937, won the Lady Byng Trophy for the 1936-37 season. Also had the honor of being elected to the first NHL All-Star team in 1937. And during his career in 509 NHL games played, he scored 195 goals, added 192 assists for 387 points. His career playoff numbers, he played in 43 games, 15 goals, 18 assists for 33 points. And after retiring in 1941, he coached hockey throughout the years and then also managed a grocery store in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. It's just wild, like how little hockey money there was in hockey, where you could have a Hall of Fame player and he's out there organizing the coconuts in the produce
Paper
section.
or plastic?
I don't know how many coconuts they imported into Dartmouth back then, but yeah, okay.
All right. Why should you care about Marty Barry? As a kid from Quebec City, Marty Barry worked his way through the Montreal amateur clubs like St. Anthony's and Bell Telephone before getting a taste of the NHL with the New York Americans in 1927-28, bouncing between the big club and the Philadelphia Arrows in the Can-Am League while he tried to prove he was more than a fringe pro. In May 1929, Bruins boss Art Ross, fellow Hall of Famer, quietly grabbed Barry from the Americans in the interleague draft, a move some later called one of the greatest steals in team history. And from that point, Barry basically never left the NHL, missing only 2 games total over the next 10 years. Barry's first full Boston season in 1929-30 was a breakout. He scored 18 goals at 33 points on a Bruins juggernaut that set an NHL record with 38 wins in just 44 games. Then added 3 more goals in the semis against the Maroons, including 2 in the clincher, as Boston powered its way to the Cup final. Through the early 1930s, he developed into one of the league's most reliable scorers, cranked out 4 20-goal seasons from 1930-31 until 33-34, leading the Bruins in goals 3 years in a row with 21, 24, and 27, and finishing top 10 in NHL scoring multiple times. The Bruins handed him their captaincy in 1933, and he became their Iron Man center, logging huge minutes, playing a clean game, and basically living in the lineup while the stat sheets show he only missed, 2 games in that entire decade. On March 14th, 1933, he scored one of the strangest goals in NHL history. An overtime goal against Chicago that the Blackhawks still probably insist was illegal. Their coach, Tommy Gorman, punched referee Bill Stewart, refused to leave the bench. The Hawks walk off, and Barry's goal ends up triggering the first forfeit in NHL history.
That's different.
Very different. God, can you imagine if that happened today? I mean, the coach would be probably suspended for a year.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah, that's very different.
By 1934-35, Barry was still driving Boston's offense with 20-goal, 40-point season and another top 10 finish in Leaf scoring. But that summer, the Bruins shook things up and shipped him and Art Giroux to Detroit in a major trade for Cooney Wheeland and defenseman Walt Bushwell. Boy, Boston fans must have been crushed. Probably were.
Yeah.
In Detroit, Barry instantly became the Red Wings' number 1 center, anchoring a high-scoring line with Herbie Lewis and Larry Aury, and putting up 21 goals, 40 points in 1935-36. Then lined up for the opening faceoff in the legendary 6-overtime marathon against the Montreal Maroons, the longest game in NHL history, before Mud Brunito finally ended it 1-0. 6 overtimes.
I don't even think I'd be able to skate anymore. I guess you just fall into, like, you just get dialed into lethargy and just
Yeah.
you just schlub along.
Think how much weight a goalie would have lost in that game, carrying those like 50-pound pads for that long.
Waterlogged.
The smell in that building, what? Must have not been great.
That
Do you
spring.
think-
Go
Hold
ahead.
on. Do you think a player or two secretly is like, come on, just score. I don't care who scores. Somebody score. Like, if it's not a playoff game, if it's just, if it's not a big consequence, I don't know.
Well, they probably had real jobs. They probably had to go to work the next morning.
Yeah, he's got to put the coconuts out. Got to get going.
Got to put the coconuts out. That spring, the Red Wings rode the momentum to the franchise's first Stanley Cup, ousting the Maroons and then beating Toronto in the final. Phil can cheer to that. With Barry scoring the 3-2 clincher that delivered Detroit its first ever championship banner. He somehow topped that in 1936-37, posting a career-best 44 points off 17 goals, 27 assists, finished third in league scoring, and then led the entire playoffs in goals, assists, and points, capped by a Game 5 masterpiece against the Rangers where he scored twice, including the cup clincher, and added an assist in a 3-0 win as Detroit repeated as Stanley Cup champions. His combination of production, sportsmanship that year was so good. He was voted the NHL's first All-Star team center and took home the Lady Byng Trophy as the league's most gentlemanly player. Perfect fit for a guy who scored a ton while rarely visiting the penalty box. In 1936-38, Detroit slumped a little bit. Barry's goals dipped to 9, but he still led the team with 20 assists. And then the next year, when he was basically 33 and 34 years old, bounced back with 13 goals and 41 points, topping the Red Wings in scoring and finishing fourth in the entire NHL. Proof he was still an elite player deep in his 30s. Seemed like very consistent from a production standpoint. After 1938-39, the Wings quietly shopped their veteran center for months, and when Montreal played coy about trading for him, Detroit instead granted Barry his outright release. The Canadiens swooped in, signed him as a free agent just 2 days later in one of those classic like Jack Adams drama moves that I guess he was known for. Barry's last pro seasons were a slow glide off the NHL stage, chipped in 4 goals, 14 points in 30 games for the Canadiens in 1939-40, and then finished the year in Pittsburgh with the IAHL Hornets before taking on a dual role as a player coach in the Minneapolis Millers in 1940-41, where he still managed 10 goals, 20 points while running the bench. When he finally retired, modern, stat sites will credit Marty Barry with, like I said, 507 games, 387 points, and strong playoff numbers, 2 Stanley Cups, being a steady, durable, quiet, elite resume that, again, earned him a 1965 induction to the Hockey Hall of Fame. And then decades later, what made the Bruins' 2023 historic 100 list of the 100 greatest players in franchise history.
That's a big feat. A top 100 of Bruins, I'll take that.
Yeah.
You're memorable then, for sure.
What would the last 20 on the top 100 Wild players of all time look like?
Well, Pius Suter would be, Marshmallow Throwers would be on there.
Oh, dude, he'd be in the top 20.
He's got wizard. He makes people think crazy things about him. I watched the St. Louis and Ottawa game yesterday, brutal game. But the announcers were like, Pius Suter has been such a blessing for this team. And everybody they think he's amazing and he's great. He's completely unrecognizable out there on the ice.
Well, that's the wrong Suter. That's
Pius Suter, no?
Ryan Suter was the Wild defenseman.
Oh, my fault. I apologize. That shows you how much I was paying attention.
I was
he's been in the league a long time.
Do you think, I was just looking some stuff up here. Do you think Tyler Toffoli, and I didn't do this, but this is how it happened. Do you think he's going to be an NHL Hall of Famer?
No.
No chance.
Why would he be? Not a chance.
Well, okay. Then hear me out. So just for fun, this was back in the day, but Mr. Barry, like Josh said, 509 games, scored 195 goals, 192 assists for 387 points. Right now, at about 500 games, roughly 200 goals, fewer assists, and a points pace, that's Tyler Toffoli right now. That's how different this was back in the day. Remember last week we were talking, or Phil, you brought up, how these guys get in there with not a bunch of stats.
Yeah.
You have to remember, though, too, that
wasn't
they had 40 game
season, 44? Yeah.
40
no,
game
I know,
seasons.
I know. I get it.
Yeah.
Just for fun, I
know.
Wanted to match up stats and just see what player fell into that. And then I couldn't help but bring it up because Toffoli.
We're talking about pillars of the game, not plugs of the game. There's a big difference.
Plug. Hall of plugs.
Hall of
plugs.
All right, let's take a quick look at the Marty Barry hobby market. He does have a couple rookie cards. The first we'll look at is the 1933 Worldwide Gum set. Card number 27 Copy we're looking at on YouTube is a PSA 7.5, which is the highest seller. It's over $1,232 in February 2015. Another Marty Barry rookie is the 1933 V129 Anonymous set, card number 38.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, here we go. How do you like this? That's like a leaning tower of hockey card in the PSA slab there. PSA 6 is the highest seller, having sold for $482 USD. I would contact PSA if you own this and get it fixed. I'm sure that they would do that. And then now we're on to Playing Days cards. There's a 1935 O-Pee-Chee Marty Barry SGC 3 that these are so wild. And the high selling copy, this is a high selling copy. So for $300 US this past February. And then we'll look at one more. Another Playing Days card is a 1936 Worldwide Gum Marty Barry. Pictured as an SGC 4 copy. Sold for the most publicly to date, went for $230 US in November of 2023. And that, boys, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Marty Barry.
Thank you, Josh. Good job. I also nominate to my fellow Canadians to change the swimming pool game of Marco Polo to Marty Barry. That's better. Yeah, that would be good. More Canadian that way. We don't need some merchant from the Silk Road beyond.
The world needs to be more syrupy and Canadian, I think.
Yeah, be good.
Syrup. This is my mom.
1997 Canadian. That was best. There we go.
All right. Let's move on to who's hot in the struggle bus. We're keep trucking away here through the NHL season and start off to the start of another week. So it's time to take a look at who's currently hot and who's sad, sorry, and lonely, and on the struggle bus. We've each picked a player to profile for each category, and I'll kick us off this week with who's hot. Well, I had to go with Nathan MacKinnon, and I felt like that we were going to, whatever teeny amount of credibility we had as a show, if we didn't feature him at some point this year on Who's Hot, we would lose it all. Because, he's been pretty much on fire from the jump. Over the past 2 weeks, MacKinnon has played 7 games, produced 7 goals and 4 assists for 11 points. On the season, he has an NHL leading 24 goals, 24 assists for 48 points in just 28 games played.
It's insane. That's like that. He's not on fire. He's consistently burning forever and always. Why even talk about him? He's just amazing. Yeah.
Well, that puts him 6 points and 1 Stanley Cup ahead of Connor McDavid on the year. McKinnon's 20.
You're such a dick.
Oh, hell.
McKinnon's 24 goals, leads the NHL, 2 ahead of Morgan Geekie. His 24 assists is tied for 5th with teammate Martin Necas. Check out this. His 82-game pace today is a pretty staggering 70 goals and 164 points.
Okay, what happens? What happens in 15 years? McKinnon's retired. McDavid's retired. Oh, God, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to say it. McKinnon's got 3 cups, and McDavid doesn't. And MacKinnon never has a year that's better than McDavid, but he consistently kicks his ass every year. Inconsistency. That didn't make sense, but I hope you know what I mean. I think McKinnon's going to rock it out hobby-wise more than McDavid. And I say that not lightly as a Marcel Dion collector. I can say that now. I'm allowed to. Converted for the jokes. What? But anyways, okay, go ahead, Josh. Sorry. Just go ahead. It's crazy stuff.
I didn't say it. He has like I said, his 82 game pace, 70 goals, 164 points. Oh, and he's also leading the NHL with plus 35 in 28 games played.
And he smiles.
Not like a serial killer. Oh God. We're digging ourselves a grave here.
You are. I'm not. I collect McDavid. You hate him. There's a difference.
I don't hate him. I actually want him to win. I want that for all my hobby friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. MacKinnon became the first player in the league to score 10 goals this season, and then the first to score 20 goals as well. The Avalanche have been basically unbeatable with him in the lineup, starting 22-6 and going 15-1-3 over their last 19. His personal start is a huge driver of Colorado's historic pace. In terms of like underlying impact, the Avs have scored, this is crazy, about 80% of their goals at 5-on-5 with MacKinnon on the ice.
That's not real. That's not a real stat. Stop it.
And, goals for is like crushing it. Expected goals is like 62%, which is ridiculous dominance by even star standards. He's already stacked up 8 multi-goal games, including 2 recent 2-goal performance in Madison Square Garden. And he's just been dominant. Nathan MacKinnon is a 2013-14 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 1,846 with a 51% gem rate. Last sold for $830 on December 6th. It's down about 1% in the past month, but up 19% in the past 3 months. If you want a 52-week high, that's 1,147 US. The 52-week low is 480. So Nathan MacKinnon, we couldn't, we had to do it. Who's hot?
Had to.
Obligation. Louis, who did you put?
I picked Mr. Morgan Geekie. Now, who'd have thought this, right? So he's been quietly awesome for Boston lately. After watching some highlights and stat diving, here's what I have come up with. I think the biggest thing that's clicking right now for him is his confidence, and it shows in how he's shooting the puck. Another big thing, again, we keep repeating this every time we do this. Shoot, shoot, shoot. He's not forcing plays and he's not hesitating when he gets a look. He's ripping it at the net and it's going in. Pass, shoot, score, right? Geekie isn't just tossing shots from the perimeter. He's getting to high danger areas and making his chances count. His shooting percentage has gone way up, which tells you he's not forcing offense. One of the bigger things that stood out to me is that most of his goals are coming at even strength. Maybe he's on MacKinnon pace. MacKinnon number 2? No? Yeah?
Probably not.
Okay, fine. With that, you can also tell that the coaching staff is trusting him more and more. His ice time has gone up to almost 18 minutes a game, and he's getting more consistent shifts and being used in situations where offense is expected. Stat-wise, he's already got 22 goals on the season, 10 assists for 32 points. So Geekie's one of those players where if you haven't been watching him closely lately, you probably should. He is a 2022, I believe, or 2020 Young Guns with a PSA 10 pop of 60 and a gem rate of 49%. Last sale of this card was November 24th for $106 US. There were 3 total sales that I found in November, and the price went from $58 on the 20th to $93 on the 23rd, and then the following day, the 24th, up to $106. Going up fast. There hasn't been a sale since these beginning November ones since mid-July.
Now would be the time to dig through those dollar boxes and find those Morgan Geekie Young Guns.
Crazy good shot. He has a crazy snapshot. I was like, whoa, who is that? Yeah.
It's got to be like a flash in the pan kind of situation, though, right?
What
do you think?
I don't know. You thought that about Bedard, and he's having a pretty good year. So,
well, Bedard. Well, Morgan Geekie's 27 and was drafted in 2017. So
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's skill. Everyone in the NHL has crazy skill.
Of course,
that's not up for debate. Can he put it all together in his 27 years of life? Well, seems to be having a good year. Time will tell.
Bruins fans, chime in the comments and let us know if you think this is sustainable. But in the meantime, everyone go to your dollar boxes and find your Morgan Geekie Young Guns.
That's a nice Young Gun card.
Yeah,
nice white Canes jersey, action shot kind of. Yeah. All right, my go.
Your go.
My pick for this week, star of the week, Tom Wilson. Love this man. Great guy. I know most of you want him kicked out of the league for his ridiculous foul play over the years, but I don't. I think he's great, and I think he's so good this year. This over 30-year-old man, he's starting to turn heads as a dark horse for Team Canada's Olympic roster. Obviously not the first, second, or third line. Maybe not even the fourth line. Maybe a healthy scratch the whole tournament. But you want a guy, in my opinion, like Tom Wilson as a fourth-line grinder in the Olympics. Over his last 5 games, he's posted 4 goals and 2 assists for 6 points, if you can't do the math. He scored goals in 3 of those 5 games, so he's spreading it out, including a 2-goal performance versus Anaheim. His physical edge is constantly on display. He's logged 15 hits in those 5 games. and he only has 10 penalty minutes. Not that bad. Not that bad. He's averaging just under 17 minutes of ice time a game, so he's got a lot of energy in the tank. If he goes to the Olympics, I think he's got a lot of juice that he can put there on that small ice surface. And this is the kind of guy we want in our country with that ridiculously small ice surface. How that happened, my lord. Who would have thought in Italy there would be corruption? But anyways, yes. So he's also contributed a shorthanded goal against Vegas on December 2nd. He's definitely a two-way player, and he's showcasing that very well. He also went a +4 over this stretch. That's an underlying metric for a lot of you. I'm kind of big on plus and minus. I think overall it is a great metric, and his is really good this year. Backstrom has been injured. Tom Wilson has stepped up offensively. He's skating over 5 minutes with Kuznetsov and Pacioretty, and he is bringing a lot of veteran presence on that line. Obviously, I guess not with Pacioretty. Pacioretty would be the bigger veteran presence on there. But those boys know where to be and how to be on that line. Compared to earlier in the season, he only had 2 goals in 15 games. He's warming up, he's heating up, and I think he is in a clear offensive breakout. His 2013-14 Young Guns is a PSA 10 pop count of 562. Holy crap, that's way more than I thought. Recent sale November 30th. So he's a little bit liquid. It sold for $58. So a 10% growth rate over the past 3 months is pretty much means it's staying the same. And that's my pick for this week. Tom Wilson.
Nice.
How important do you think for your team Canada, that physicality is going to be in the Olympics?
Extremely. With the smaller ice now, big time.
Yeah. Because I'm just pulled up. I was looking at this the other day. The Athletic made their projections for both Team USA and Team Canada.
Okay.
And right now he's not projected on just from them on Team Canada's roster. So my question to you is, of the following players, who would you, if physicality is going to be important, who would you remove from the team and insert a guy like Wilson maybe in their place? So like, just looking at the forward group here, like Brandon Hagel.
He's having a really good year though. Is it Hagel? Hagel's not, Wilson is a winger though. What is he? He's a right wing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So if you want to go by just maybe not interchangeable forward position, the right wings right now for Team Canada are Sam Reinhart, Mitch Marner, Mark Scheifele, Mark Stone, and Connor Bedard.
Mark Stone gone.
Mark Stone.
Yep. Plus, but that's at home. I don't like Mark Stone, so maybe I shouldn't. But Mark Stone is too slow for the Olympics. But with the smaller ice, he might do okay. I don't know. Reinhardt's having a great year. You want a guy like Reinhardt. You know, Mitch Marner, obviously he's staying. He's the best passer in the world, in my opinion. One of them, anyways. And I think Mitch Marner's going to have an amazing tournament, and I really hope he does. I wish him nothing but the best. Yeah.
Can Wilson play goalie?
I think Nathan McKinnon can play goalie. I mean, that's he's the
maybe.
Shohei Ohtani of the NHL, right? Throw him in nets. He'd probably do well. He'd probably get a shutout. He can do anything.
Yeah, so they're projecting your first line as center Nathan McKinnon, left wing Sidney Crosby, and right wing Sam Reinhart. It's a pretty tough line.
You can't go wrong. That's Ryan. Yeah, that's a good line.
Yeah.
Crosby will be licking his chops for that. He'll be like, "Oh my god, if you could put Sam Reinhart beside Crosby for."
All right, it's pulled up right on time. The bus of struggle is here, and my pick this week for the struggle bus is 22-year-old Carolina forward Logan Stankoven. He might be a 24-25 the cup out of 99 RPA, but he's got 1 point in the last 2 weeks over 6 games played, just an assist, and he's a -5 over that span too. I wouldn't say he's had a super great season either, with 5 goals, 12 points, and 27 games played, averaging 15 minutes, 35 seconds time on ice, and which is basically like middle six production. Not the top line offense that a lot of people projected after his AHL and rookie bursts. On the plus side, though, he does have 21 shots in his last 6 games. Nothing just seems to be going in. And the frustrating thing, I think, for Canes fans is the chances are there. In a recent game against Nashville, his line with Ehlers and Stankoven and Jackson Blake basically controlled play, outshot the Preds 5-2, winning the shot a temp battle at 9-7, even at even strength, but just finished with the single assist on the game. Carolina has not yet leaned on him as a power play driver yet either. He has 0 power play goals and just 1 assist in 1 minute 45 seconds of power play time per game this year. And the team overall is 27th in the league at just 14.6% power play conversion. So not exactly a friendly environment to pad stats there either. And overall, I think we've all highlighted this over the past couple of years that the system in Carolina is very structured and defensive oriented and not the most stat friendly system either. But I don't know, Carolina fans, let us know what you think of Stankoven at this point. If you're disappointed or you still are confident that he'll have his breakthrough moment.
Or don't.
Yeah. A way to encourage engagement, Louis. Thank you for that. Logan Stankoven is a 24-25 Young Guns, PSA 10 pop, 483, 35% gem rate. Last sold for just $56 US on December 2nd. Pretty much flat over the past month and down 38% through the start of the season. Logan Stankoven. Baba Louie, who did you put on the struggle bus?
Well, go Gophers. Skyuma. I picked Jimmy Snuggerud.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Okay, so we'll talk Snugs here for a minute. It's been frustrating watching him. First, I don't think it's a talent issue. It's more of an adjustment and role on this team. Right now, it just doesn't look like he's totally settled. You can see he's got skill, but I think the pace of the game is catching him at times, especially when he's got the puck on his stick. One thing that's not working is shot quality, unlike oh my gosh, it wasn't that long ago and I've already forgot. Holy crap. Unlike Geeky, geez, I already forgot who I put on Who's Hot. Unlike Geeky, they're not the kind of shot chances that he would just walk into, at his college level. A lot of his shots now are coming from the outside, way outside, and those aren't going to do the trick in this league. On the season, Snugs currently sits at 5 goals, 6 assists for 11 points in 26 games. So next thing I see here is some decision-making issues. Sometimes he's holding on to the puck a little too long. Other times he's rushing plays that don't need to be rushed. To be fair, this is rookie stuff at this level, but those hesitations that he's having can kill an offensive rush really quick. You can also tell watching him that it seems like he's thinking instead of reacting. Watching him with the Gophers at his best, he had quick instincts, quick release, tons of confidence. Lately at this NHL level, it seems he's trying to make the right play instead of just playing the game, which he just needs to do because he's good enough to do it and make a huge impact, I think. His role, if he has one yet, doesn't seem like it's been identified, on this team, to be fair. He's kind of been all over. The minutes haven't been super consistent. He's been bounced around. It's hard to find a rhythm when you don't know who you're playing with night after night or what situations you're going to be trusted in on the ice. So if you're asking what's not working right now, like I said, it's not effort. It's not his ability. It's maybe his pace, his confidence, trying to figure out how the game translates at this level. Long term, I'm not worried. Feels like a learning curve, not a red flag, but just let's dust off the rookie stuff and play. Dang it. He's a 2025 Young Guns. His PSA 10 pop is, hold on here, 3. Still new.
Well, yeah, not a lot back yet.
Still pretty new. Sitting at a gem rate of 20% right now. Last sale of the card was November 25th for $165 USD, and there's only one other card listed from October 28th at $175. So,
from a casual observer and not exactly a fan, seems like it's been a pretty rough go in St. Louis this year. The last couple of years have not been, not saying like my team is like super fantastic, but I'm happy I'm not in their situation. Like they've had Kairu drama and lots of stuff going on there. All right, Phil.
Yeah.
Who did you put on the struggle bus?
My struggle bus. I was going to pick him before, but I try not to be a homer, but enough is enough. This week's struggle bus, Phil's pick is Tim Stützle. He has hit in a wall offensively. He has one assist in his last 5 games. No goals, nothing.
Did you check his tape?
Pardon me?
Did you check his tape?
Forget his tape. Listen,
Okay.
he's not playing well, and it's enough is enough. I don't think I'm being catastrophic, but he's posted 5 straight games without even being noticeable. It's driving me insane. I don't think he's a center. I did think he was a center at one point. I think he should be put back on the wing. He's a -3 over this stretch. He doesn't shoot the puck. He only has 8 shots total over 5 games. He didn't even have 1 shot on net on last Saturday. Way below his usual pace. He's flopping all over. He fell down on a breakaway the other day. I don't even care about all you people who think he dives all the time. Fine. You stick around 4 years ago. You keep saying the same thing. I don't know if he's not a good skater or his edges suck or I'm not happy. I'm glad I don't collect him. His face-off performance is still good, but in his last 5 games, he's been at 28.6%. So I don't know if he's having home troubles or girlfriend problems or I don't know. He struggled
I have a question about this, Phil. So did Brady coming back, did he in a weird way benefit from Brady being out? Like maybe just in a better line for him, and then now there's all this readjustment with Tkachuk coming back?
Yeah, and he's who did he play? He got Brady back on his line, and they play well together, but then they have Fabian Zetterlund on there. I don't like Zetterlund either. He's a plug. I don't have anyone I can confide in this city. I don't share a lot of these thoughts. This city is only as good as its last game. So if we won the last game, we're winning the Stanley Cup. Blah, blah, blah. Turnovers and defensive lapses constantly with him. He's been giving the puck away way too much. And this is just the last 5 games. On the season, he has 21 points in 26 games. Tyler Bertuzzi has more points than him. Tim Stützle is he's not even in the top 50. So if he's an NHL superstar like no other, or in the top 10, I haven't seen it. I saw it at the end of his 2nd year or 3rd year. That's it. I'm at my wit's end. I really do like Tim Stützle. I would be scared if we traded him, but I say start kicking some tires. And I'm the first person to say that, and I stand by that. Trade him for Tage Thompson, straight up. I'll take Tage Thompson any day over Tim Stützle right now. Throw in Jack Quinn, done. Right? I'm so annoyed. Tim Stützle, I think it's a maturity thing. I don't know what's so funny on the ice all the time or after. I'm very upset. He's had a great beginning of the year. Even when everybody in this city about 10 games ago was saying how Tim Stützle's having the best career year, not just because of points, because the way he's playing a 2-line center, and he's being coached very well. I say see what you can get if you can trade him. Maybe I'm probably wrong, but I'm not feeling it, man. I know he's just 22, 23, but I'm not feeling it. Like, we need someone he can play with. Enough. We've had so many chances with him. I'm not saying trade him. I'm saying go see what you could get, because he cannot be consistent. He has never been consistent. 1 year he's been here. He can't shoot the puck. He can shoot the puck incredibly, but he chooses not to. I don't know. I'm frustrated. I love my Tim Stützle, but maybe a fresh start somewhere else would be good. And I wouldn't trade him unless I would not trade him unless it was for an equal potential player. That's I just want to make that very clear. And I do think Tage Thompson is better than Tim Stützle. He's just on a way crappier team. I love Tage Thompson. I would trade him in a heartbeat for Tim Stützle.
Well, he's had some consistency issues too over his career.
Take a chance. What?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You want a fresh start for both. And not that Tim needs a fresh start, but it's not working. It's not working. I don't want my players to be kind of good and likable. I want them to be great. And I don't care if I like them.
We've talked about this before recently too, but consistency is the core ingredient of greatness. And it just might mean he's still just 23, but that he might be a very good player.
I don't want to wait 3 years for him to, he figured it out at 26. Figure it out somewhere else, man.
What do you think about the last, 7 or 8 games with your squad, though. Since like November 24th, it's been like 8 games. They haven't had the same like starting lineup in any game. How's that looking?
It's not time to hit the panic button in Ottawa, but we're not a great hockey team. We're kind of good. And we could be. We want a great hockey team. Great hockey teams don't win the Stanley Cups, right? They have a chance to. Kind of good hockey teams, they have no chance.
Yeah.
The way my team's playing right now, they have no chance to win the Stanley Cup. None. Zero.
Well, they always say that as a sports fan, you want your team to be one of two stages. Either amazing and championship caliber or have hope, right? It's like the middling is what can be the most frustrating. When
I feel like we're in the middle. When we play good, I feel great. I'm like, yep, we are a playoff hockey team. We have a chance just like every other team to win the Stanley Cup. I really believe that. I've seen about 10 games like that this year where you're not going to be. I'll take the Minnesota Wild. I'll take Minnesota Wild on your best night, and I think we could beat you guys, vice versa, right? I'm not seeing it lately. I'm just not. And I don't know what the issue is. It's not just him, obviously, but I say kick some tires, see what you can get for him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, recapping who's hot quickly, we had Nathan McKinnon, Morgan Geekie. Oh, wait, did you talk about his? No, you didn't finish. Sorry.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, he's a 2021 Young Guns PSA, pop count of 2,484, which is insane. And the last one sold, PSA 10 sold for $98 on December 5th. So he's dropping like a rock.
Yeah, he's not dropping like it's hot. He's dropping like a rock. Now recapping who's hot. We had McKinnon, Morgan Geekie, Tom Wilson, and then on the bus of struggle, Logan Stankoven, sadly, Jimmy Snuggs, and then Timmy Tantrums. Slab Sharks is a Gongshow partner sponsor. Thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction is live. Ends this upcoming Thursday night. It's another big one with about 7,000 cards headed into Christmas week here. And it's the last week before Slab Sharks holiday break where they're going to be doing some big upgrades, I guess, to make their service even, hopefully even better. I'm sure they do. Everything they do is pretty top notch there. But back to this week's auction, though. Banger cards, guys. I don't know if you've looked already, but there's a bunch of 24-25 the cup cards already in it. Some real bangers too, and then just overall huge cards. You got a 24-25 Ultimate Bedard Shield Auto 101. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. A McDavid Young Guns BGS 10 Black Label.
Ooh, that's cool.
And even more rare, McDavid Young Guns Acetate BGS 9.5.
That card's amazing.
What would you rather have, Young Guns Acetate or Young Guns base Black Label?
Oh, Acetate all the way.
Yeah,
me
Acetate.
too. And then there's a Bedard Cup RPA, a bunch of other good stuff. And it just keeps getting better. Also, Slab Sharks recently announced that they have a new Apex auction for like really big high-end cards. The Ocean we don't swim in, but that'll be starting in January. I think cards have to be valued over $5,000 or more. You have to reach out and basically apply to get your cards into Slab Sharks. Bill, what is behind you?
I'm tickling you. Coochie, coochie, coo.
Why is that there?
Coochie, coo. What do you mean?
Oh, boy.
It's been there
so many
forever.
questions. Really?
Yeah, you haven't noticed?
No. Oh, Lord.
I didn't notice until you just said something.
You're always with me, buddy.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Now I'm scared, and I'm going to change the locks in my house. So if you want to get your cards in their January Apex auction, just reach out to Slab Sharks via their Instagram or their website. The reason why so many collectors and psychopaths like Phil are choosing to consign their cards with Slab Sharks is it's the biggest weekly hockey auction there is that attracts tons of buyers, as you might imagine. Slab Sharks is all the work. It's, like I said, the biggest weekly hockey auction. What else do you need to say? And if you're in the U.S., you can take advantage of the best place to sell your hockey cards, too, because we partnered with Slab Sharks to be the U.S. Submission Center. All you got to do is send your cards to us, and we, a few times a week, are shipping out to the Slab Sharks auction on your behalf. You don't have to worry about international shipping, pain, hassle, and expense. So for complete consignment information and get the process started today, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news!
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Well, this first story Phil's going to be very excited about. Can't wait to get your feedback. The Team USA Olympic jerseys have been revealed. Ooh.
Yeah, they're very nice.
The 80s.
Oh, look at your guy, Phil. Look how handsome he looks in that red, white, and blue.
Serious
Damn.
Brady.
That's
Brady
a serious
Tkachuk.
chit-chucker.
Yeah. You know, it made me think of our colors, red, white, and blue. And it's kind of a shame that when Team Canada invented their jerseys back in the day, you guys could only afford 2 colors.
Yeah. Well, we have to pay our government more. So less to the sports and people, more to them. Yeah.
Well, if you have not noticed yet, there's a very classic look and feel to the Team USA unis for the upcoming Cortina-Milan Winter Games. And they're a nod to the 1960 U.S. Olympic team that won the gold medal by defeating Canada in Squaw Valley, California. And interestingly enough, too, because we're smart this way, the last time Team USA defeated Canada in best-on-best competition, we were also wearing 1960-inspired jerseys as well. And in the 2 most recent times we've lost, we were not.
Let's
We
just
feel
get
like
one
we need all the luck we can get.
Probably.
Let's just get one thing very, very straight. You cannot, for a very long time, hold a candle to anything about Canadian hockey. You guys have a great team this year. You guys will have many great teams in the next few decades because you did the youth thing properly. But as of right now, you ain't got crap on us. Nothing. We have dominated you in hockey by a landslide forever and always. So you can continue as you'd like, but I just would like that to be in the ether as you talk.
You're so
I don't
cute when
feel
you're
like
scared.
we were arguing that.
I'm not scared.
Right.
There's Josh's tone. I can
Oh.
smell his tone. It's very American. Go ahead.
Well, we're conjuring some magic for February.
You'll need it.
We've got good use of strong primary colors.
You're such a loser.
Well, let's get back to your team. About a month ago, your team, Team Canada, unveiled their Olympic jerseys.
Yeah.
And did we not get the picture for that? Luke?
No, I didn't even see that in there. Sorry.
Oh,
Didn't do
okay.
it. Skipped it.
No
I didn't
worries.
want to look at it, I guess.
It's more of like a modern design. And I did read there's a media release that Team Canada issued with it. And it said the Maple Leaf crest was designed to create the look of an unbreakable diamond and also to complement the look of a silver medal very nicely.
Adorable. We have had better jerseys in the past, yes.
Yeah. It's funny though, because yours are very like, I think they're kind of cool. They remind me of like the foiling on a Team Canada Juniors card, the Maple Leaf logo.
I'm more of a fan of tradition, and that's what I would have liked. I do like progressiveness and change and modern, but when it comes to sports on a international stage, I like more of a royalty tradition honoring
Originality.
I'd like less originality in this. I would like less originality.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I've
think
got
this jersey looks time out. Since I screwed up and didn't put it in there, this is the first time I've seen it. It's cool, but like you said, Phil, I'd rather go back to just the normal in an international setting.
Just my preference. I mean, it's a nice jersey. Don't get me wrong.
You know what Canada jerseys I really love? Well, it was kind of like your Four Nations face off, like the heritage ones where you got more of the cream than the white, and those are very cool.
Mike, I love the tradition of my country. I love all the cheesy stuff, logging, maple syrup, beavers and dams, and everything. Hockey, like
the Mounties.
Sure, the Mounties with the little horsies.
I love the Mounties. Yeah, okay.
I've had disagreements with the Mounties. Yeah, so we'll respect each other.
Okay. So now let's say Team USA wins the gold on. Maybe it happens. Maybe we get lucky.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You know, and there's a sweet, amazing Brady Tkachuk has a game-winning goal for the gold medal, and there's a sweet patch auto on the cup. Is that a card you would collect?
In a heartbeat.
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
okay.
That doesn't change my DNA. I'm still a Canadian-born man. Absolutely. Yes. I want you. If you guys win the gold medal, I'm super happy for you. As long as Brady or Jake scores the goal, super happy.
Okay.
And they don't beat us. Yeah.
Well, in some non-exciting Olympic news, and Phil, you've referenced this already in the Struggle Bus, the ongoing, we'll call it S show construction saga of the hockey arena in Cortina, Italy has had a new development. Apparently, they built the sheet 3 feet shorter than an NHL rink and also not as wide as a traditional Olympic sheet. So it's a brand new unveiling of a new size for a hockey arena that we've never seen before. Because why not do that when you're putting the best players in the world in a tournament in the Olympic Games?
If the first person to get hurt, watch, it's all gonna go right to hell. Like
This doesn't make.
this is horrible. Like this is, I think this is such a bigger problem than we're all really getting into. This is a major F up, and I can't believe the NHL is not stepping in and fixing it. If it can't be fixed, I would pull it. That's how serious I would
the
pull it.
debate. That
Yeah, I would pull it. People are gonna get hurt.
it's such a huge marketing opportunity, though. It's like that. I think they're gonna sacrifice the lambs, so to speak.
All right. Well, as a former Dominic Hasek, got hurt in the Olympics in mid 2000s, so I have trauma, man. Brady Tkachuk got hurt last year in the Four Nations. I am not a fan of this.
Well, I was going to ask you, given this news, do you want to give your Brady Tkachuk 25-26 season eulogy now, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, seriously, eh? Like, I mean, what, Matthew Tkachuk's going to come back right in time for the Olympics? Like, come on, this is insane. This is not good. This is not good, and I really think this should be a bigger deal than it is. Maybe it's just catching steam now. But...
Well, and this is on top of it being a month behind construction. Like, there were supposed to be games on it already, and they're not saying it's going to be done till like January 11th now, which we know how construction goes. That could very easily turn into January 25th.
I'm being very polite with the jokes I could make right now about all of these delays and oversight lacking thereof.
So you're saying that if you're in charge of the NHL, you're pulling the plug on this?
Or not?
I would pull the plug on this if they don't fix it. Yeah, I would. And everyone will be really, really mad, and you're welcome. They'll forget really quick once NHL comes back. They won't remember. In 1 week, nobody will care.
I'm pretty sure I read, maybe Louis, you read this too, but it's not fixable at this point, right?
Correct. They've already approved it.
Oh, the NHL approved it?
No, not that the NHL has nothing to do with this. It's the IIHF approved.
NHLPA could. I don't know. I mean, whoever's in charge should yank it. Yeah. I don't think the players would care that much either. I really don't. Oh no, I get to stay home with my family. Crap.
And of course you're right. Like the smaller rink, and given that the speed of the game has increased so much, there's going to be a lot. Everyone's playing for pride of country right now, and as we saw the aggressiveness in the Four Nations with less time and space, that I think that's where the real injury concerns are coming from. The NHL did send people there, I think, to monitor the construction daily at this point, is what I read.
After the problem.
After.
Yeah.
So it's... Go ahead, Phil.
We're going to be very surprised. The body's going to be very surprised when it's skating on the ice. The mind will keep thinking, right? Okay, it's shorter. Okay, I see it. And you're going to turn a little bit. But your whole body muscle memories is accustomed to one thing. The brain is not going to adjust subconsciously good for this. And I think people are going to get schmuckered.
It's going to tighten the corners up, because I would imagine, it's like 3 feet. Let's say, what's it say here? 196.85 feet. So let's just say 197. So 1.5 feet shorter on each end. It's going to tighten the corner up. I don't know what they're going to do, because you still would want the same amount of space behind the net. You have to have it. Yeah. The neutral zone's got to eat the poop. Yeah. They'll cut it out there. So the transition will be like it. I know it doesn't seem like a lot. What is 1.5 feet, 18 inches? But it is. That's a lot. I mean, maybe nothing will happen. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe the game will be even more exciting. Nobody will get hurt, and it'll be the best Olympics ever. That would be the best case scenario. If I'm betting, though, I don't think that'll happen. If it gets in the players' heads, though, I think that's the biggest right. Is that they're such creatures of custom, right? That if they're not used to the rink, that it could get them all. Every inch matters to a professional athlete, whatever your. I'm okay with it. Sport is, right? Tighten it up. Bring them. At least they got the width right. It's like arena football, arena hockey. You just gave Louis' most famous quote: "Every inch matters." Oh, there you go. Okay. On better news, we had a new record attendance was set for a women's professional hockey game in the United States. So on November 28th, PWHL expansion team Seattle Torrent
I guess they download movies.
That was funny. That was good. Yeah.
Had their home opener against our Minnesota Frost, and the game broke the attendance record for a professional women's hockey game in the United States, drawing 16,014 fans to the Climate Pledge Arena, which is also the home of the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to watch the Frost? Of course it's going to break a record.
Yeah, there you go. It's always Minnesota wrapped into these things. Torrent captain Hillary Knight had this to say about the experience. She said it's super special. A lot of inaugural experiences, but there's something about Seattle that's just so special. After playing in front of, again, a record-breaking crowd, a dream come true, pinch me moment. This is the third season for the upstart Women's Professional League, and this year is the first time the league has expanded. They added it going westward, adding a team in Seattle and in Vancouver. For that too, Vancouver also sold out the Pacific Coliseum for their home opener, drawing 14,958 fans. And according to the PWHL, Seattle had the most single-day jersey sales in league history when the team's inaugural sweaters went on sale on October 21st. It also appears that the PWHL is not done with expansion. Check this out. Next year, they plan to expand by up to 4 teams, but for sure 2.
Already?
Yeah, very aggressive. Holy moly. And I would think 2 would be safer, but we'll see what they do. This story made me think too. It's like after that kind of weird second PWHL hobby release came out, where it was basically an updated version of the first release. Haven't heard a lot about PWHL cards since that point. You know,
I don't know. Yeah.
Just sort of out of the. We'll see too what the hobby plans are next year if they plan to expand to different sets, etc. But good for the women's game that they're drawing record crowds. Last story is really interesting to me, and curious if you guys, what you guys will think. So, Topps tried something new with the release of 2025-26 Chrome basketball, which they have been doing a lot of direct to consumer from their website.
What's a Dutch auction?
It's not an oven; it's an auction. First of all, Phil.
Have you ever done that? I have so many times. So funny.
So basically, how a Dutch auction works is that they start the price at its highest, and then they lower the price at increments until it sells out. It's kind of sadistic. Because in this case, they started for one hobby box of Topps Chrome, which, think about this, is like the hockey equivalent of O-Pee-Chee Platinum. They started at $3,500 US a box.
The company Topps did?
Yes. On their website. And then they did every 30-second intervals.
3 minutes.
The 3-minute intervals, then they would lower the price. So if every box sold out in the first 3 minutes, they would all sell for, and then maybe 3 minutes later went down to $3,400 a box. And 3 minutes after that, $3,300, and so on and so forth, until 42 minutes later, it sold out at $1,750 a box. So it really prize on FOMO, right? You're trying to balance. It's like, well, how low?
That's legal? That's legal to do?
So I had a cousin who I was very close with, and was a huge rising star at Best Buy corporate, and passed away really, really kind of crazy. She was at a work meeting, stood up after the meeting, had a brain aneurysm, and fell over dead at 28 years old. It was really, really traumatic for her family, and very sad. But she did this for Best Buy. And this is how Best Buy, at the time at least, bought a lot of their TVs. So they would reach out to all the manufacturers and say, here's the specs of a 55-inch TV that we want. And then they would Dutch auction based on who's willing to pay us the most. We want to buy 10,000 units, and we'll start at $600, and then you could basically sell them, and then it would go lower and lower.
Yeah, though this is the world's going to crap, man.
Yeah, so it's nothing new, the concept of a Dutch auction. But when I read this, it's that would give me so much anxiety. That would not be an enjoyable process to me, because then if you have a lot of FOMO and you right away, well, I have to get this product. Let's say you're a hobby shop or a breaker or something, and you buy it at $3,500, and then it doesn't sell, and then 4 hours later, people are buying tons of it at $1,000 a box, how do you feel then?
Well, I just mean things are happening time and time again where the action shows louder than words. I mean, that's not Topps caring about their customers. That's Topps caring about their flippers.
Yeah, or trying to maximize. I don't know, like what
Well,
the
I don't.
sort
I
of
just nothing about that makes me happy as a collector.
yeah.
Is there any rhyme or reason to it? Why they decided to do it this way?
Profit.
I should have looked. Now I'm kicking myself for not. Maybe Louis, like when you're on a moment, you can sort of look up the business strategy why a company would use it. But I can't remember exactly what the thought process there. I mean, it has to be Topps is trying to maximize profit, so I would probably start there. But and for as many people that have asked or wondered or maybe thought that it'd be nice for Upper Deck to do direct to consumer, it's stuff like this that makes me, as much as I don't get the whole distribution thing, to buy hockey boxes, this is not how I would want to buy them at all. But
no, not at all. It makes me feel weird. Like I just want goods and services at a reasonable rate, and I want people to make money. I want people to get very rich, but then their products or their services should be very, very good, and they should work really hard. I don't. It's the gouging and the like 1,700. I don't know. Is that a good price for that box? Is that normal?
Well,
What's
I mean,
the normal
I think
price?
when think of the, I mean, and again, we complain about, and I guess I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but when the cup is $2,000 a box, imagine O-Pee-Chee. People bought this at $3,500. And imagine O-Pee-Chee Platinum being $3,500 a box.
Yeah, but it's not. It's hockey. So
Yeah.
it's whataboutism. It doesn't work for me on this one.
I get that point. I don't know historically if that's a good price.
Let's say it's regularly $1,200, and their whole little Dutch oven thing did added $750 to the regular price. That's you said it right. That's sadistic. That's horrible. How much more does the Topps regime need? I mean, I don't know.
I would just rather prefer to price it, and the price. This is what the price is. Create uniformity around that, and then let people get it first come first serve. That's the way I would do it.
Well, that was. I did a little digging. That was part of what they said too. They said a company uses a Dutch auction because it's fair, fast, transparent, and great for finding the real market price when demand is uncertain. It's also perfect for high demand, limited supply items where the company wants to avoid chaos and maximize revenue.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right, well, we're going to move on. The other day, had the great opportunity to do something very fun. I enjoy every time catching up with Brad Hartlin from PSA Canada. They had a major presence, of course, at the Fall Expo doing on-site grading. They've also had the new receiving center that Phil was there opening day and wanted to check in, see how that went. And then just talk about the hobby in general. I do have to make a quick note about this. So I talked to Brad right around noon on Friday. This was before the whole PSA Pokemon thing news came out, and I still don't really understand what that's about, but I did not know about that before talking to Brad. And so had we known, I'm for sure would have asked him about it. So if anyone's wondering, it's like, well, why didn't you ask him about the hobby drama of the day? And have you guys noticed too that the cycle's getting shorter? It's like the new hobby calamities like every 3 days now.
It's okay.
So that's why I did not in this interview ask him about it, because we are hockey card journalists, of course, sort of, but
not very good ones. But
not very good ones. Here's our conversation from the other day with Brad Hartlin. Well, we're pleased to welcome back Brad Hartlin from PSA Canada back to the Gongshow. Hello, Brad. How are you?
I'm doing great, Josh. How are you today?
I'm doing well. You've been a very busy man. We have not had the chance to catch up since the Fall Expo. So I want to rewind a month ago and kind of start our conversation there. I had heard, I don't know if it was from you in passing by or through the grapevine, that you guys, as in PSA, had a pretty successful Fall Expo this year. Is that the case?
Yeah, absolutely. We exceeded our expectations, and the team did a great job, and we were able to get through the weekend. It was a long weekend, lots of hours, but I'm very pleased with the results that we had. From customer feedback to staff feedback to the show itself, it was a fantastic show.
What were some of the biggest surprise cards that came your way?
It was more this time I found less big eye opener cards that I felt we had the year before. It was more quantity. The amount of Pokemon cards that came through blew my expectations away. Which, again, we knew there was going to be a dramatic
Sure.
increase, but I didn't expect it to be to that volume. That's for sure. So that was a pleasant surprise. There was a couple 101 Jordans that came through that were very cool. Jordan Autos, Jordan Auto Patch 101. Like, there were some big cards that came through the door. Usual, lots of Gretzky's, lots of O-Pee-Chee rookies came through the door. Lots of Crosby, Ovies, McDavid's on the hockey front. Yeah, but there wasn't, in saying that, from a hockey card standpoint, there wasn't. Actually, I take that back. I just remembered one. There was a Johnny Bauer Parkhurst rookie that came back, a PSA 8, that was the nicest Parky card I've ever seen in my life, and I absolutely love the card. So not necessarily from
Really?
a value perspective. Yeah, I actually, I'm reaching out to the guy that I told him that I would love to purchase this, and I haven't heard back from him yet, but he told me if he was going to sell it, I would love to own that in my personal collection. It was absolutely stunning.
This job can be dangerous for you, Brad.
Completely.
You can lose your paycheck really fast.
I know. And when you do see something that just is that nice that it comes through the door, it is very exciting, that's for sure.
So did you guys do enough grading where, well, a two-part question, that where PSA will confidently come back next fall for on-site grading, or has it reached a point where maybe it might ever at some point be worth it to do the Spring Expo too?
Yeah, I don't want to say it's not worth it to do the Spring Card Expo, but the amount of work that goes into this, I like doing it once a year. I mean, we do one show in the US, and that's the national, and that's once a year. To do 2 shows in Canada just doesn't seem realistic for me. In saying that, I love knowing that we are committed to the 2026 Expo again for on-site grading. I think once a year is perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, about, what was it, 2 weeks before the expo that your new receiving center opened up as well?
Yeah. So we launched on October 20th, our new online submission center. We launched, plus the opening of the receiving center. Then we rolled right into the expo. So yeah, it's been a busy 6 to 8 weeks, that's for sure. But it was a long time coming, and I'm really looking forward to the Christmas break this year more than ever.
Yeah. How has the receiving center changed? Like, has it changed I don't know how to describe this, maybe like the flow or process? Has there been an appreciable impact yet where you're like, okay, yeah, this was the right thing to do?
Yeah, definitely. From the customer standpoint, my goal always has been to eliminate as many friction points as possible from a customer standpoint. So let's make it as easy as possible. By having the online submission center and the receiving center now, takes away the old paper forms. It takes away a lot of the unknowns that we had to deal with before from a customer standpoint. We did our best to always give the customer the information, but now you see it in your account. You can follow online. So we've been hitting our expectations, exceeding our expectations, I should say. But also from a company standpoint, we are experiencing this massive amount of cards that are coming through the door under a daily basis. And, we're ramping up our capacity as fast as we possibly can, but it's still not meeting the amount of cards that are coming through the door. So
When I think PSA announced in the past week, right, that really corporate wide, that there's a increased turnaround times due to demand. So I'm sure that is hitting all corners of the globe in that respect.
Yeah, completely. And it's hard to deal with. I mean, I talk every day, the emails come through, where's my cards at, etc. Why is my order taking longer? And, we all want the same thing at the end of the day. Like I do, I want to pay the least amount I can to grade my cards, and I want them back as fast as possible. And we face right now is, what can we do to slow the demand and the amount of cards coming in the door while we increase capacity, which we're doing globally at a tremendous rate. But you can only go as fast as you possibly can. You can't just we're hiring, we're hiring people constantly. We're increasing our grading staff, launching Florida as a full grading operation, Germany next June. We're doing all these things to increase capacity. So how else can we kind of curb demand right now? Well, we increase the price on our services to help curb some demand. Then we just announced, as you mentioned last week, we increased turnaround times. And there's a lot of people right now that, have come through the door and said, I'm not waiting 5 to 6 months door to door to get my cards back. I'm just not going to do it. I'll wait until the turnaround times get better. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Thank you. So,
well, I mean, if you look at if this was a college level economics course, right?
yeah,
What you would study, and I know this is not the popular opinion. I'm not saying I would want this too, but an economist would say raise your price,
completely.
right? Because you actually, in order to slow down demand.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what we've done. We've increased our pricing and we've increased our turnaround times to slow down some of the demand that we have. And then you look on the other side, well, we are increasing capacity. So we'll be able to handle this demand that hopefully just maintains and we keep on getting this demand. We've had this growth pattern over the last 2 years and it just keeps growing and growing. And if you would have asked me last year, would I expect that for us to be grading 2 million cards a month and that we still need more capacity? I would say no. I did not anticipate this happening.
Yeah, the whole thing is wild. Have you maybe have any of your own opinions, or have you heard from people within the company who look at forecasting and stuff like that? Like what's the 2026 outlook look like? Is it, I mean, nobody has a crystal ball. I get that. But are you guys anticipating demand to continue to grow into the new year?
Yeah, based upon my opinion looking at it, we're expanding globally. We're hiring constantly. So if you look at from that standpoint, that as a company, we would be anticipating this demand to keep going. We wouldn't be investing how we're investing in new product and tech with staffing, with locations. It's a huge lift. We're opening another full grading operation in Germany come June, July, which is going to be great. And that will help some of the pressure that we have currently in the US. Because currently all our European countries, Middle East, Australia, they're shipping to us in Canada through our dealer partners, and then we're sending it all to the US. So the combination of all these orders coming in, we're piling it on the US operations, that's for sure. And but I will say, and it's people say, well, why don't you just hire? We've forecasted growth, and we have some incredibly smart guys in our team in finance, and these guys are doing everything right. And you can only grow at a certain pace. It's not like
You have to grow responsibly too. Like you can
100%.
grow irresponsibly and cause more problems than you solve.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know that we're doing everything as a company to grow.
So and this is more of a general hobby question, not purely specific to PSA, but as the hobby is booming right now, I mean, I think that's a good way, a fair way to characterize it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fatalists out there that are sort of waiting for the shoe to drop, right? And for the crash and the bubble burst, however you want to put it. Do you think in a way that, and it's not just PSA, but by the hobby infrastructure as a whole, really making a concerted effort to expand internationally, that will provide some sort of insulation from a bubble burst or a boom, because you're expanding the marketplace to places where it hasn't been as accessible before?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally do.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at this now, and someone talked about this morning. They talked about a Jack Hughes Young Gun. I think a PSA 10 Jack Hughes Young Gun, the pop report, they're like, oh, there's a ton, and there's got to be I think it's 6,000 now. It's in that range anyways.
Yeah, probably remember. 7, but yeah,
7 now?
Right.
Yeah, I know that one really has a high gem rate. That one, there's a lot of them especially. But when you look at that, I mean, I look at the Pikachu that was just done in McDonald's I think it got released 8 months ago. There's close to 100,000 PSA 10s of that card now.
What?
It's still going on, yeah. And it's still selling. again, don't. I think it's still selling around in that $200 maybe Canadian or $250. It was like you could buy it at McDonald's for $5, or I don't know exactly how it worked. I shouldn't speak on that, but the pop report on that card now is close to 100,000. Maybe it's exceeded 100,000 now. I'm not even sure. So when you look at it from that standpoint,
Wow.
like look how much Pokemon is globally. Like when we're talking about, oh, it's a huge pop report. There's 6,000 Jack Hughes. As we continue to, as the NHL continues to expand globally and get bigger and bigger, really is 6,000 that large of a number? Yes, it is. It's to me, it's not that big of a number. You know, when
Well,
you look
at the scale that you're operating, yeah, you look at like Pokemon, where there's what 30 million, 32 million Canadians. There's like what 1.5 billion Chinese people.
yeah,
Or in India, if they got into Pokemon, or all these other very populous nations around the world,
yeah,
where 100,000 could be a drop in the bucket if something has mass appeal in the context of the 7 to 9 billion people that live on Earth now.
completely. You talked about how hockey's growing in China, like the hockey card market.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about in the past, and it's like when you start expanding into different markets, the more people, the better.
Yeah, wow, that is I can't believe 100,000 PSA 10s for a card that came out 8 months ago. That's
Yeah,
pretty wild.
yeah.
Any innovations? Obviously, I'm sure a big, you guys are trying to keep up with demand, but are there any that have, I guess, been, I mean, we accept secrets, but you probably won't share any, but any sort of announced innovations that PSA is coming in the new year?
There's a lot of innovation. We're constantly working at innovation and ways to streamline our processes. It's not my place to talk about those, but I can tell you I don't even know how many employees we have right now, but we have a lot of different divisions that are behind the scenes that no one else even knows is behind behind the curtain. And they're working on everything to make us more efficient, more effective. Again, at the end of the day, we would love to have zero mistakes, zero problem orders. And that's our target. That's where we're getting to. And we do as a company, we would like to get cards back as fast as we possibly can. It is good, and you need to have some sort of a healthy backlog. But I mean, getting it back to 60 days, I would love to see that, and I think we'll get there. I think we'll get back to that point. Do I think we'll have value turnaround in 30 days? I don't think so anytime soon with the volume that we are seeing, but I do think 60 days door to door is a realistic expectation and time frame, and I think we will get back to that at some point soon.
Well, I think I mentioned this before, but when companies reach the size and scale of like where your company is at, you really become almost more of you're I think it might even be fair to PSA to characterize PSA as a logistics company that offers grading as a service, right? And like the business nerd in me thinks that, it'd be fun to, I'm sure you guys have consultants that will do like time studies where if like you can save 5 seconds in grading one card, the cascading effect of 5 seconds over 2 million cards has an enormous impact on the
Absolutely,
business.
100%. We have so many smart people out there that are. Sorry, I just got interrupted for 1 second. It's caught me off guard.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
Stuff going on. I get it.
I know I'm not in my office. It's just someone was at the door. They're gone. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
It's all right. Yeah. So we were talking about just like the scale and logistics and how tiny impacts to processes can have huge results as far as both to the company and to clients and like getting turnaround. So have you guys even started to do some of that in Canada at the receiving center? Like it takes 12 steps to move a card from here. How can we reduce that to 4 steps? And
Yeah, we are, and we're learning the process as we go. Fortunately, the team in New Jersey and Santa Ana both really helped us out, and we trained the new hires that we have. I guess I'm very proud of the team that we have there to watch them in operation now. And, we're hitting our daily numbers and the packages are just rolling through the door and we're getting them safely, securely, as fast as we can. Packages received, cards damaged, orders sent to the US for the grading operation.
Cool.
But it is tough when you do launch a new receiving center, and go back to that we increase our pricing, we're increasing turnaround times, and we want more volume from Canada, and I'm growing this market as best I can. At the same time, as a company, it's like, hey, we got an awful lot of cards coming through the door. So you kind of battle that. It's tough. Like, I've been a business owner and a sales guy. To me, it's like, let's get as many cards as we can through the door. Let's go.
Well, it's hard to turn down sales, right? Like because you never know if they'll come back, right? Assuming that, well, if I turn away the sale today, that it'll be there tomorrow. That's not always the case, right? And so I come from this very same mindset. It's like, if there's somebody that wants to do business with me today, I'll try to figure out a way to make that happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think one thing I really want my team, globally, what my team in Canada do is to educate the customer and make sure, let's get people grading the proper cards. I've preached this since I've started with PSA, is I don't want to see people have a bad experience and submit cards that shouldn't be graded. And if you look, we do have a large amount of cards that are coming through the door that people think they're going to be increasing the monetary value by having us grade those cards. And we know they're not. That's not going to be the case. So the more things we do, like, with our app now, you can scan the card, you can see the potential value of it. Like, all these things are helping. We're spending behind the scenes to create these, to educate the customer so they know cards that they should grade and cards that they shouldn't grade. You would be amazed to see the amount of cards that come through the door that you just...
Yeah, like, well, what are some examples that you get, like, from a hockey's perspective? Like, if somebody brought this card to you that you would politely say, you might not get the value out of grading that you're expecting.
Yeah, I just returned a 800 card order to a customer. 800 cards that I called just to have a conversation with the customer, and I said, what's your purpose for grading these cards? Because maybe it's personal collection. It was my dad's, and I want to build a wall. Absolutely. He's like, oh, because I'm going to make some money. And I was like, well, I don't see one card in this order that if you spend your $32 to grade these cards that you're going to make money on. And like 1990 Upper Deck, Paul Yzerberg, that's going to be a PSA 3 that got 4 ding corners. And this person, very, very nice guy. And I was trying to explain to him, you're going to spend, thousands of dollars to grade these cards, and you're going to, once you get them back, you're going to try to sell them, and you're going to hate PSA. You're never going to submit with us again. So I think I might have talked for about an hour on the phone with him, but we decided we shipped the cards back to him, and I think he understands the concept. But there is things back to the original thing, to educate the customer. But in his mind, he was like, well, it's going to be a pop one. I was like, true. You are going to have a pop one, but of a PSA 3 common card from 1990, it's not going to make a difference.
Well, that's actually very kind of you to do, and I'm glad that you guys are taking that perspective. And I wonder if this kind of connected in my mind as you were telling that story, that, again, the hobby is booming right now, and what happens when the hobby booms is there's news stories and articles, and people catch wind at a holiday party about this, and then they go into the basement and pull out Johnny's cards and think that they're sitting on a gold mine there. Are you guys seeing sort of a lot of that effect right now, where just lack of experience and lack of knowledge that can lead people to make financial mistakes?
Yep, completely. And we can still do it like a better job, and we are doing it with the app. It scans. Like, if people see, the first thing they'll see is the highest price card in a PSA 10. You can say a 1990 Upper Deck Jaromir Jagr. Yeah. Yep. What raw? What's it worth? $2, $3, $4, whatever, maybe $1. But people do see a PSA 10. They're like, oh, that card's worth 150. It's like, well, no, but you have to get a 10 on it, and it has to be perfect. You try to walk them through. If you get a 9 back on it, you're going to lose money. So yeah, I think those are things that's important for us as sales and our customer service team. And, when you're at shows, to educate people as best you can, and through our authorized dealers. We have some of our dealers in the US. I know a big one, Josh at PC Sports Cards. He does a great segment now where he goes through, and I don't know if it's once a week, and he'll say grading plays. here's a card if you want to make. This card is a 10, you're going to make money. Is a 9, you're going to make money. And he goes through and he gives out some tips to people. And I think the more that we can educate the customers that are new to the hobby, then hopefully we can get some of those to be long-term customers.
Yeah, it's the long view, right? You
Yeah.
take a 50 submission order of kind of junk cards and the person has a bad experience, then they'll never submit a card again. Where if you help them learn, the proper, and it's not all about resale and flip. There's cards that are important to authenticate. There's cards that you just want in your collection and you want the uniformity of, maybe you're a set builder. So, there's all those sort of reasons that you would do it, but it's, I guess, good on you to find out. Have you, whether through data or just anecdotally, has there been a few Macklin Celebrini cards flying through the receiving center in the last month?
Oh, yeah. Yes, a ton of Celebrinis. Michkov as well. I know he's
Really
colder right now.
Now's the time to buy, though. It's like the real estate market, right? You don't make money in real estate when you buy when the market's peaking.
Absolutely. I am a buyer on Michkov right now, and I have been since the start of the season. Or this summer we started to. Me and one of my friends, we just started a side little pool that we're going 50-50, and we're just putting away. So we've got quite a few PSA 10s, 9 young guns, some bigger ones too, but it's a fun little project because I believe in him long term.
Were you worried that he came in out of shape? Just from the or do you think he learned a lesson through that I'm a professional athlete now and I have to act like one?
Yeah, 100%. It's all a learning process, especially going to a new country.
And he's 19 and he's had a little. I mean, he's had a weird past. I mean, when your dad is found floating in a pond, that affects you.
100%.
Yeah. So, what else is this? So on the Celebrini, is it the young guns or is there a card that you kind of are seeing over and over again?
Well, I just seen my buddy pull the 101 exquisite rookie patch Celebrini. Did you see that from the cup? What a beautiful card. I was so happy for him. Like I said to him a message last night, it's just like, what a pull.
Yeah, there's been a lot of okay, well, let's get into that. So the cup came out a few days ago. Have you opened a tin yet, or do you plan to in the future?
Yeah. I'm going to say no, but my group, my closest fellow collectors here in Halifax, have been all over me since Wednesday. So they're trying to put a little group together. There's a possibility a group of us may do a case or two.
Okay.
I think it's there. Now a couple of the guys are like, oh, all the big cards are pulled. I'm like, no, there is a lot of big cards out there. Yes, there is a lot of big cards pulled, but there's still a lot of big cards out there.
Okay, I have a bunch of cup questions for you. And just so everyone's clear that these are Brad the Collector questions that we might have to you might have to turn your hat backwards or put a sticker over your shirt or something like that. Not the PSA representative. So a lot's been made, and rightfully so, that there is a pretty big jump in the price in the cup this year, and you can sort of rationalize it to some degree, given the start that Celebrini's had, and the timing of the cup is actually early in the season. But I mean, you're getting close in Canada there to the $2,000 mark for a tin, and I know that your partner, the lovely Sherry, owns and operates AMG Collectibles there in Halifax too. What has the response been to the price? Has there been a fair amount of sticker shock, or do people just kind of accept it and still buy it?
I think the people that are in that marketplace and that buy it, it's a little bit of a sticker shock, but they're looking for a high-end product, and it's really not that much of a difference for people that are going to be breaking that product. So I don't think it does. The average consumer is not going to come in and buy a box of the cup. It's never happened. It's not going to happen. So I think the people in that space, most of the people that enjoy it, expect a higher price. And by the looks of everything this year, there's just a lot more cards. There's just a lot of stuff in it. I seen that the O-V 1 of 1 that was pulled.
Yeah, they've got some inscribed ones too, where he's referencing the goal record, which is really nice to see. And those types of cards, I think, matter over time in the legacy of the hobby. And so it's good to see that. Getting back to the price though, real quick, do you think that there is a breaking point to really to sort of sustainability where it would affect demand, where, in the supply demand curve we've talked about?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, all these products now are more directed towards breakers, and a lot of more people now are are buying into breaks instead of buying. So I don't know. I guess that would be more for someone in that space. But from what I've looked at, watching Dave and Adams and seeing the backyard hits and Grant at GP Sports, like I don't think there's any problem at this price point filling these breaks. I think Dave and Adams did a 50 caser of the cup. You know, like
That's incredible.
And it was sold, like it sold out. And you know, I watched Grant's breaks and like they're all sold out. There's no problem selling at this price point. To me, that's going to be the key indicator is when you start to see breaks not filling. Then you know we've had a problem. But yeah, I haven't seen any of that. So
well, the whole breaking thing will always be a point of contention and big discussion in the hobby, and I get like personally conflicted on that a little bit too. I mean, obviously work with Grand GP and I believe in breaking overall, and like on the, you know, so like there's a side is like, is that contributing to raising the price from people that just want to buy boxes? But it also too, it's like, you know, what I've learned about the cup is that it's very case driven. And a guy in like the pond I swim in financially, like I could maybe at some point, if I just wanted to say, I just want the thrill of opening the cup, I could buy a tin or two here or there, but that's not really smart given how it's configured, because you're basically rolling, you know, like there's 6 boxes in a case. You're going to have probably 3 duds, 1 amazing box and 2 okay boxes. So you're a 50% chance of like striking out at that rate. And so if like, you know, where I'm probably more in like the singles market, and the breaking does get the singles out there real, I mean, you know, it's like, who knows what percentage was opened on release day, but you know, a lot of big cards are already out there floating around in the marketplace.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting to watch how this evolves. And one thing that I never paid as much attention to as I have been, especially over the last 6 months to a year, but how much enjoyment people get out of even just watching breaks. Maybe some of them don't even participate in the breaks, but they watch them. And I'm starting to see that side more and more, and it's good. And I'm glad. I'm seeing more of that out there. That the value, the entertainment value that happens when a break is happening. I just completely didn't say that the right way.
You can, no, I totally get what you're saying though, because then I actually put myself in that category where I'm just being totally honest. Like, and I don't even know if it's a matter of like bank account side. It's just like sort of like everyone's individual relationship with money, where I would be stressed out opening a tin of the cup, just be thinking it's like, you know, is this a responsible use of my money? It's the same reason why I don't gamble on sports, right?
Yeah.
Is that I actually get stressed. Well, I've done it a few times, you know, legally, but like I don't enjoy the game anymore. Right. And so I want the pressure to be off. And so like when I was working and interested in the cup and wanting to see amazing cards, for me to have Grant from GP Sports, his breaks on all day, I found a lot of enjoyment in it. And I didn't have any of the stress of whether or not I was going to, you know, get a good card for any money I was spending. And it's like, if I want a card, I'll just go find one on the, you know, in an auction or through a private sale later.
Yeah, absolutely. When Shaddy pulled the 101, so I genuinely that was a massive thrill for me, knowing someone that hit that card, especially a great guy and someone that I was like, people are like, why are you so happy? I'm like, oh, my buddy I was pumped for him. That was awesome to see.
Mm-hmm. Are you finding that like so in sort of like being able to observe the shop there, do people, going back to like the case versus tin thing, do people more often buy a case or do they buy a tin, or how is it consumed by, you know, not breakers, but just by collectors that want to rip their own boxes?
Yeah. So I would say there's 5 or 6 people that buy all the product. That's it. Yeah. Every year it's the same 5 or 6 people that buy it all and it's gone. It's done. That's it. Like this, you don't have randoms just coming in and buying that stuff. But I will add this in. I forgot. I should have started with this. Today, okay. Guy rolled in and he wanted to buy one. He goes, I just want to buy a pack of hockey cards. And Blair gave him a pack of Team Canada juniors, Upper Deck Team Canada. And the guy opened up the pack and he was just kind of sitting there and he was like, He goes, "Oh, I got an autograph." And Blair goes, "Oh, he got an autograph card." And I heard him talking. I was in the office. So I look out and he goes, "Oh, it's a 101." And then I kind of perked up and I was like, "Oh, sweet." I said, "I wonder who it is. Like, what, who's it going to be?" And I walk over, Matt Schaefer, 101 auto. He bought one pack, his first pack of hockey cards, and he pulled a 101 Matt Schaefer from Team
Oh,
Canada.
now he's hooked. Well, I hope he hope that doesn't set an expectation, because he's in for. I love ripping wax, but I never hit anything good. So
Yeah.
congrats to him for doing that. Okay, one of the cards I wanted to ask you about, and I shut you down. You wanted to go right into the 101 exquisite Gretzky conversation. So you said you have some thoughts on that card.
Yeah, I mean, I think my thoughts are similar to everybody else's out there, and I'm now that you're best buddies with Jason, the president of Upper Deck, I'm sure that Upper Deck is going to do, in my opinion, what the right thing is. I don't know how they're going to go about doing that, but that has to be fixed. Yeah, I was very, very, very disappointed.
Well, what part disappointed you more? The sort of them putting an oil drop patch in the preview and then it being a glove relic, or was it more how the autograph turned out?
Yeah, how the autograph turned out. At the end of the day, that's Upper Deck space. They can put whatever they like, and I like the glove piece. I thought it was very cool. I mean, I loved the image. I remember when I first seen the image that they used of the first one. I don't know, maybe I seen it with you guys. I can't even remember. And I said, "Sure, that is awesome. I would love to own that card." Do I ever think I was going to own it? No, because I'm not going to buy it aftermarket. But what an awesome, awesome card. And then I heard that that's not the card. And I was like, huh. Then when I seen it was pulled, and I went, "Oh my God." And I looked at it and I was like, what? And again, I'm sure Upper Deck have you talked to Upper Deck about it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's something that's going to be like, that's just such a monster card. And to have it, I don't know, how can they fix it? Could they?
Well, here's what Billy said on our show.
Yeah.
And he said that it came down to, do we get the card or do we not get the card? And I'll say that it's easy for me to say this, right? Because the devil's always in the details, all the logistics. There's tons of things that rightfully they'd never tell us and we don't know. But all that being said, if I'm advising Jason Mashra, if I'm consulting, or just the company in general, I don't need to put Jason into this.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that my hope is that we have a good enough relationship with Wayne after 30 years of working together, where we can call him, preferably on a card of that. So, all right, let me take a quick step back. And I've been advocating for this for about a year now. And after seeing Fanatics do a fair amount of this, in that, that these iconic cards are really important, whether it's purely aspirational or just kind of setting the bar for the hobby. And the execution of certain cards is really, really important. If a cut base card has a ding corner, that's not great. It should never be acceptable. But there is a difference between this card and something happening to out of 249 base card. And I see just a lot of opportunity wasted in this, where I would love for them to have a mechanism where the pen was bad, maybe Wayne was distracted. It doesn't matter. The auto came out not good.
Mm-hmm.
To either in the spot or, have copies with them that our Upper Deck representative has and can immediately destroy if the auto works out, because we know that they're signed before the memorabilia is added to the card anyway. So the memorabilia is not an issue in this.
Yeah.
Or maybe if it couldn't be signed in the presence of a representative of Upper Deck, to have a good enough relationship with Wayne, and not to abuse this, but in the cases of really special cards to the industry, which I think a lot of people thought that this was going to be able to call him and say, "Hey, Wayne, I don't know what happened. Normally this is never an issue, but this is not an average hockey card that we have you sign. This is," and explain to him why this card is really important. and whatever you got to do overnight, a new copy to him, have it corrected and fix the issue,
Yeah.
because it just becomes a big missed opportunity. And two, and then if you go back to the patch thing, I don't mind. I like gloves. I don't mind the glove relic too, but there is a distinction between an oil drop, a game used oil drop, Oilers patch, and a glove. And it's a matter of expectation setting. And so I think that can be fixed in process too, that let's not set an expectation. It's the whole, the right thing to do, like in sales, if you want to look at it that way, is under promise, over deliver. That was an over promise, under deliver. And okay, I'll bore you with a really quick story, but the most effective sales training that I used to manage big sales teams. And we had this guy came in, and it was a training on expectation setting. And it was over lunch, and all my employees were super happy that I was making them do a sales training over lunch. And as part of his training, everyone had a white sealed envelope at their desk. And everyone came, sat down. The trainer introduced himself, and he said, "Oh, just so you know, as you can see, there's this weird white envelope at your desk. We wanted to thank you for sacrificing your lunch, so we put $20 in the envelope for you. Don't open it yet, because we want to get going. That to say a little thanks for taking your lunch to do this training." So then we went through, we did a really great job, did the sales training. And then at the end, he said, "Okay, everyone open their envelope." I can't remember. Maybe there was 20 salespeople in the meeting. And so in 5 of the envelopes was a $500 bill. In 10 of the envelopes was a $20 bill. And in 5 of the envelopes was a $10 bill. And so the point of the whole illustration, and it was amazing for me as the sales leader in that case to see on the faces that the people that opened got the $100 bill were they were freaking out. They were excited, they were to the moon. The people that got the $20, well, that's what they expected. So they were like, "No, okay." And the people that got 10 were pissed. And it's but the point is, they just got $10 free for going to a mandatory meeting that they had to go to anyways. And it's not they could have gone to lunch at 1:00 or whatever when the meeting ended. But the whole, it just illustrated perfectly how important expectation setting is.
No, absolutely.
Where if the preview had a picture of that glove and the auto is right, I think it would be a home run right now. And because it would have been proper expectation setting matched with with good execution. And so, and it's just a missed opportunity.
Yeah,
for them.
I agree. And things happen, and it's easy for us to always give our opinions.
100%.
I have a lot of friends that work at Upper Deck. I love watching you guys have Jason over, and what a genuine, good guy. I like how he speaks his mind, and I have the utmost respect for him and for Upper Deck. I just, on this one, my personal belief would pull the card out. And I love pulling the curtain back. And I like to say, you know what? If during the signing, the card got ruined, we are unable to put it, but we're going to insert it in Upper Deck Series 1 next year. Oh, end of story. You know what?
Or we're gonna fix it. Right.
And sorry guys, but it's going to be a redemption. And just say that. And I know that it's easy for us to say that, but I think that would have been the fix, instead of having the uproar that you hear. Oh, because we hear it for PSA. Oh, they don't care about the little guy. They don't care. They're a huge company. They don't care. Yes, we care. Yes, Upper Deck does care. But it gives the impression. It just opens the door for all that conversation that the hobby space is filled with so much negativity all the time. It just opens the door for more. And if there's ways that we can let's remove that from happening.
Yeah, it's called building goodwill, right? And that, from a marketing sense, and I think that's underappreciated in the marketing world, and companies do, is that there's also an incredible opportunity to build goodwill into your brand by going outside by doing the unexpected, by saying, "Hey, we did our best, but things happen, and this card did not turn out, and we understand the importance of this card. So here's what we're going to do about it." And I think that whatever it would cost to fix that, you would, in sort of the value of goodwill into your brand would be an incredible return on investment.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
Okay, a couple other quick hockey and hobby questions for you. So, putting your hobby hat on again, how much of a blessing has the start of the season been for both Bedard and Celebrini? And you almost couldn't have scripted it any better, could you?
No, absolutely amazing. I'm with being so busy with with work at this time. To watch a full game, I'm a big highlight guy, and I'm a big
Yeah.
check the stats. But I did not think going into this season that my first check will still always be Pittsburgh to check the box score to see what Sid did. Instantly, I can't wait to go to Chicago and San Jose, and even Anaheim now with Leo Carlson. I'm like,
Cutter Gauthier too.
yeah, Cutter Gauthier, absolutely. Like, when did this happen? And it's just been so awesome to watch and to see these young kids that I've been hot. I mean, as soon as I watched Bedard play at the World Juniors here in Halifax, I fell in love. And he's just a kid, and he knew what he had to do. And then he took heat for not going to the World Championships after the season ended. And he said, "I know what I got to do to play in this league, and I'm going to work on those things." And he takes 5 months, and he just gets. I mean, you can. Bigger, stronger, faster, and he put that, which he knew he was going to do, and he figured it out. And now watch him out there. Like, I know we have McKinnon and McDavid on a. I do. I have McKinnon and McDavid on another level, and then I have a whole bunch of superstars, incredible players out there currently, and like Bedard, he's pushing that. He's knocking out the door right now. I mean, he's just incredible out there.
I'm very impressed with Bedard, even a little bit more so than Celebrini. And what I mean by that is I kind of felt through my own eyes that Macklin was this good last year. To your point, there were real, like, and I wasn't just my who knows, I don't know anything, but I read a lot. I read a lot. And for our show, I really wanted to understand what was going on with Bedard. And if you looked at all the consensus of people that analyzed the game and all the scouts, they said his skating was an issue. Like, he was too slow.
Yeah.
And he can't, and the NHL game was too fast, and he was not going to be able to showcase all of his hands and his shot moving that slow, and he had to get faster. And to your point again, and to Bedard's credit, he went through this summer, and like there's like all the advanced analytics that are clearly showing he's way faster.
Completely. And when you're talking at that level, it's that one extra little step that makes
it's like the burst speed. It's not just top line speed. It's more like, quickness versus fast and all that stuff. And you can tell that and that's what you want to see in a player. And, and then to Celebrini's credit as well, it seems like he's just got the, it's like, where's the weakness, right? And I know you're a big Crosby guy, being from Halifax too, and that's the constant, unfair comparison to either both Crosby and Celebrini, really. But it does make you feel like, as of all we can judge is the picture we have today, and it makes you feel like the future in the game is in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's so exciting to watch this and how the game has evolved and watch these young guys out there. I love every moment of it. And in my opinion, for obviously the Olympics just around the corner, there's no way I will be distraught. You have no idea how upset I will be if both Bedard and Celebrini are not on that team. They earned their way onto the team, and
it would be smart because you want Sidney Crosby can't be in the Olympics 3 Olympics from now, 12 years from now. So you need some sort of handing of the guard, and that is important for these young guys to get the experience to play with the McKinnons and McDavids, the Crosbys of the world. And I think that there's a huge amount of benefit that comes out of that. I think strategically stupid for Canada not to do that.
I agree. I think they're there. I don't think there's any question at this point.
Okay, so Louis told me on the phone yesterday, and I haven't had a chance to verify this, but maybe you saw it. He said that in Cortina, they screwed up and made the arena 3 feet or 4 feet too short.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Something like that. It was going to be from Olympic size, it's 3 or 4 feet short from NHL size.
How does that change? So is that going to favor physical play then if there's less room to move?
100%. It's just going to make the Canada-US games even more rough and tumble. And yeah, it's I don't know, but I think from what I've read in the last 24 hours, I don't think it can be fixed. I don't think
No, probably not. When you build the well, okay, so I want to say like a number of years ago, I read this really long profile about the venues and infrastructure of Olympic Games. And I was criticizing, like, like I'm sure you've seen articles too, like where the Olympics will be in Rio, and then 3 years later in this like $400 million stadium, it looks like a jungle and it's been abandoned, and the pool has like trees growing out of it and all this stuff, and how poor, because they rush and they skimp on these venues, how poor quality they are during the games, and then what a waste of resources to spend all this money only to abandon these facilities. And I actually thought that whoever wrote the article or did the analysis had a really good idea in that, saying that what the Olympic Committee should do is pick 5 or 6 cities around the world and always rotate the games through those cities. Sure, you won't maybe get Toronto to have Winter Olympics and then Vancouver, or, here in the US, Minneapolis or something like that. But what you can do, if that's the case, is really invest in the facilities and infrastructures of these cities and build top quality, top of the line, A+, knowing that every 16 years that the Olympic Games will come back to that city. Yep. And I always thought that was smarter, because again, this whole Cortina thing just illustrates it's such a, it's just, I'm sure that 4 feet will make a huge difference, and I can't wait to see how the players complain about it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And then we'll have all the armchair quarterbacks out there complaining why we won, why we lost, what happened. It's going to be because of the 3 or 4 feet. But I think but I did see one thing, the NHL is saying that maybe there's a possibility the players won't play in a room. That would be devastating. That would just, this is something, I mean, after the 4 nations,
Yeah, and the NHL can't take that approach. It goes back to like fixing the Gretzky card, right? So for the NHL to cut off its nose to spite its face by saying, well, we're not going to play, and lose a massive opportunity where we have peak still somehow Sidney Crosby, and we have peak McDavid, we have peak McKinnon, we have young Celebrini, young Bedard to have, and then the US team is loaded. You guys don't have a goalie, but we're all hurt, so that's going to even out. But it's such a, if the NHL did that, I don't know. I don't know what I mean. That would be just incredibly stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm sure it's going to happen, and hopefully there'll be a fix to it. But I mean, it is February, right? The Olympics start the start of February, the February break.
Yeah, and I heard that too, that the construction of the arena was so behind. They're already supposed to be playing events on it, and the paint might not be dry when the puck drops on the first game anyways. So that'll be a fun one to watch. Okay, I have one more kind of question for you, and I'll let you go. Yeah. Are there any sort of cards that you're really into right now? Like any sets or products or that have just captured your attention in the last 6 months or so?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying, I think I did mention it last time I talked to you guys, I'm doing the Young Guns Renewed exclusive or high gloss set. So I can either have it in a high gloss or exclusive. So I've been really enjoying doing that. I think I might have, 30 now. I'm doing pretty good along that chase. There was a Pasternak that came through AMG high gloss, which was nice. A PSA customer got it back. So there's a possibility I could add that to the collection. But I really enjoyed that.
Those have held their secondary market values pretty well from what I think I've observed. Yeah,
they're beautiful cards. Upper Deck did to me, just an incredible job on those. They look like sometimes it doesn't. You got to hold a card in your hand to actually see it. The first one I seen was Barkov High Gloss, and I went, wow, like it just like the gold on it, the shimmer on it, it just shined. I fell in love with it right then. So yeah, that's been really fun. I'm still working on my 66 Tops hockey set that I'm looking to go upgrade my tall boy set when I can here or there. Doing those two things are fun with me. I have a lot of Tim Hortons singles this year. I fell way behind. I do a set every year of Tim Hortons, and I build it and I put it in the binders and I do that.
So do you go by what is it, the long, what do they call it, a case of
Case.
it or something?
Yeah, we did, and they're getting more. There's more and more tough pulls, which the hobby wants, and that's what people. But at the same time, now it's like economically, it's really tough to try
Phil's
to.
been buying the Crosby autos, and they're a lot. I mean, they're like 1,000 Canadian or something like that. But when you, and people are like on face value. Well, first of all, they're hard signed, and second off, when you actually look at the odds, it's pretty incredible. And I think a number of them have been gold ink autos. So you can buddy up with him on that pursuit for your guy too. Last question: are you excited about ingrained icons? That's next.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, absolutely. I get excited, honestly, for pretty much every product that has game used and on card autos. That's my thing. So when products come out that really are sticker autographs, I personally, we've talked about it numerous times. I don't have a sticker autograph in my collection. Me and Sherry have a collection together, and we do have one sticker autograph in that.
No.
But she's a big Kardashian fan. I'll tell it online. I'll say that. But yeah, Kim Kardashian doesn't have a on-card auto, so we have a Kim Kardashian sticker auto. That's the only one, and she will not let me until she has an on-card. That's going to stay in the collection. But from a sports,
fair.
I just have game used, or I do have some RPAs that aren't game used. I know we talked. That's still confusing sometimes to me, but yeah, I know I am excited to see what it looks like and get the cards in hand. That's for sure, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up some cool cup cards as well. I just seen a Theo Fleury cup card that
there's some nice ones there, and overall, again, we are rightfully critical about cards like the Gretzky, but overall the cup is pretty awesome this year. And again, lots of bangers coming out. Well, thank you so much for your time, Brad. Happy holidays. If we don't get to talk to you before the new year, have a happy new year, and I'm sure we'll chat early next year.
You got it. Thanks so much. Okay, see you, Josh.
Thank you again to Brad for joining the show. But there seems to be a big consensus. We've had Jeremy on the Slap Shark show on Thursday. Brad was pretty upset about the Gretzky auto on the Exquisite 101 in the cup, and it seems like a lot of people calling for Upper Deck to fix that situation. That's kind of what stood out to me. Phil, you watched it earlier in the day. Anything? You said we were on our phones. I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Well, I mean, you edited, so I don't think I saw the unedited version.
Oh,
yeah, so it's okay. Brad was great. I wrote down points, but I cleaned up my office, and they're all in the garbage. Oh, he's glowing! I swear, Brad's glowing right there. Maybe
he is glowing.
He's always got a glow to him.
I love how Brad threads in his collecting, and he talks about his group chats when the cup comes out, and those are my favorite. Those are my favorite parts of the Brad interviews, and I'm always curious what he's buying and picking up. So it's always a pleasure to hear you guys chat, and great interview as usual.
The part that blew my mind was when he talked about we were talking about Pokemon and how that there was what did he say? There was a release of like a McDonald's Pokemon release, and he compared like the PSA 10 pop count of this Charizard from that release to hockey, where I think he's like Jack Hughes as a reference, where there's like 6,000-7,000 PSA 10s. What did he say that I wasn't even aware that there was the McDonald's Pokemon thing, but that there's 100,000 plus PSA 10s already in like 6 months.
Is that what he said? 100,000?
100,000, more than 100,000.
I thought I just heard 1,000. Oh my goodness.
What's it going for?
I don't know.
I'm
so
when
lost
he
in
said
the whole Pokemon thing.
I almost bought a box or a case, whatever you want, a case of Tim Hortons cards because I figured that's an easy set to finish. So I'm definitely doing that next year now that I know Brad does it because that's a cheap set you can complete, right? Parker's
Oh, yeah.
Champions is, even though it's cheap, it's a little spendy if you're trying to finish a whole set of a licensed upper deck non-McDonald's sorry, Tim Hortons set. So Brad gave me a great idea at the end of that interview when he said, every year I try to complete this Tim Hortons set. So that's the set I'll be completing now. Yeah, while I eat my chocolate dips. Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, boy.
All right, going to transition to new product releases, which is brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner Mint Ink. The new Mint Ink shop in Ajax is open. Saw a lot of social media on there. It looks like it was hopping right away. Big congrats to the Mint Ink team for launching their new store. And Phil, you already mentioned in your recap from your show that you had Aton on there, or Le Cartel as he calls himself. He's a great ambassador, I think, for the Mint Ink brand. And I think representative of the type of expertise that you can lean on when you're there. They hire good people there. And boy, if you have a hockey card question at that store in Vaughan, he is a great person to ask and what an asset for them.
When we do say, sorry, sometimes when I say, listen, if you're new in the hobby, we all say it. If you're new in the hobby and you don't know, ask us and if we don't know, we'll ask somebody else. Aton is the guy. He's the guy you could ask. He is so honest. He will legit say, he will tell you the truth in a store that is trying to make money. If you want to go buy a box and you're holding a more expensive box in your hands, and Aton does not think that you'll be happy with that box, but you'd be happier with a cheaper box, his boss won't care that he says that, and he will say that. So that is, you do get that truth and honesty from him. So definitely pick his brain. Don't harass the guy or anything, but if you have questions and you're shopping in the store, he's very approachable and knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm. If you're looking to get some more tins of 24-25 the cup, Mint Ink does have them on stock in store, and also on their website, mintink.ca, where the price is pretty reasonable. Like, I think it's 1,900 Canadian still. And we're going to talk about in a little bit, like how much it's gone up in the US. It's a very good deal there. So Mint Ink would be a good spot to pick those up. Again, in any of their stores, Ajax and Vaughan, or in their website, mintink.ca. Okay, we're going to bring on California Dave on the show. You ready, Dave? Yeah, he's ready. He's always ready.
He's always
I
ready.
hope so.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, he
How are
looks good.
Oh, good. Because on
Yeah.
Friday night, my camera was a potato, so it was pretty bad.
Do you have
Am I a
picture of me in
potato
your
or am I
office?
okay?
No, you look great.
Oh, okay, good.
Where's the picture of me in your office? I heard that's required now. Did you
one?
remove it already, Phil?
What's that?
My picture?
No, did I? Oh, must have fallen down.
That's okay. No, you got rid of it.
Oh,
Sorry,
what
buddy.
a weirdo. Okay. Well, we want to have Dave on. We're going to do kind of a recap of the cup. And I don't know if you guys feel this too, but it's kind of funny when you're hockey card journalists and embedded into the hobby like we pretend to be. The cup has been out for all 5 days, and it seems like a month already at this point because a lot has gone down. So I want to roll through some of the headlines, take a look at top 5 extremely early sales, and then we'll get Dave's feedback from the tin that he opened. And very early on, guys, there's been lots of big pulls already. We've seen shields galore and a lot of RPAs. There's been the disappointment we've already referenced on the Gretzky Auto and the Exquisite Black 101. And then a couple of early huge sales. Like, I think the big attention grabber headline has been this sale of the first Macklin Celebrini True RPA out of 99 that sold for only $24,000 US via eBay China's website to an American buyer, apparently. And $24,000, by the way, is 50% more than any Connor Bedard RPA has ever sold for to this point. So for a little context there. And, we have covered the Celebrini market rise extensively over the past couple of weeks, and it's been staggering. It's this sale, though, and a couple of the private Shield 101 sales that I'm not able to disclose the price, but have been for huge money already, that got me to the realization anyways that the Macklin Celebrini hobby market has grown so strong. I think it's actually eclipsed Bedard. It's not the same. It's different. Like the Bedard hype pre-NHL and during Bezzy's rookie season was more, but the takeoff for Celebrini in year 2 is seeming to exceed even the heights that the Bedard market has ever reached. And I think about if you told me 2 months ago that this was we were going to be at with this situation today, I would have thought you're crazy.
Well, because Bedard's market came flying out of the gate, and this one didn't. This one hit, but it wasn't as hot as fast, and then all of a sudden it turned around and just.
I think a lot of people might have been so disappointed that Bedard's market didn't take off like everybody anticipated, that they just kind of jumped on to the next best thing when that didn't happen. And so when Celebrini started performing like he did, everyone was like, "Oh, here's the new toy," and it looked really good. And so everyone's kind of taken all that hype from Bedard and thrown it onto Celebrini.
It is perfect timing. And but the craziest part of all this is Bedard's been amazing. And I think you can legitimately say that if like you had to rank like where players fit in the hobby, that Celebrini is on any level ahead of Bedard at this point, which is just wild to me.
But you don't have to. I don't think we have to say that.
Well, it's fun.
Like, can't we? Yeah, well, okay, it is fun.
we're a Hockey Card podcast. What else do we do?
I know. I as a father to all of us as father to teenage boys, it's just I don't know. I get a little protective. Like, just let the kids cook. It is fun. It is fun.
I make this point all the time. It's kind of fun. I think it's like comes down to personality type. Like I never look at this like Celebrini good, Bedard bad. They're both amazing. And they both had incredible years, but if you look at the data, it clearly shows that the hobby is favoring with their wallets.
Why do I feel like
Bedard.
Bedard's the villain and Celebrini's the hero? Like why does
because you search for a villain and hero in everything in life.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Why? That's why I like Bedard a little better. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, Bedard doesn't have a Toffoli on left wing either, so.
Yeah, good point, Louis. Good point.
Well, they could be, a lot of people are anticipating this also as the new Ovi-Sid kind of situation where you have the two new stars who are coming into the league, replacing the two that are on their way out, and people are, looking for that. And so we
have a vacuum now, right? It needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. So in with the new and out with the old.
And I think that's a great point, Dave. And to almost reference back to what you were saying a second ago, Phil, that's what we want. I mean, what's better than an awesome 20-year debate? Who's better, Macklin Celebrini or Connor Bedard versus I wish there were good players in the NHL.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, we know now Crosby's better than Ovechkin, so at least that's settled.
Okay.
No, they're different players, and they both had incredible.
Of course. Yeah, it's these unwinnable arguments that always fuel sports conversation, and sports talk radio lives off of. Or what are you saying, Louis?
Same, different.
Yeah, of course.
Well, now I got a question for you though. Oh, go ahead, Philly.
I was going to say at least it's not basketball where there is no debate, right? Like Michael Jordan is for a fact the best basketball player of all time. At least we have a debate in hockey sometimes, right? With the Crosby Ovechkin.
Yeah, well, we don't with Gretzky. It's like.
No, I know. I just wanted to get my LeBron James dig in there.
What was your point, Louis?
Well, I don't want to get off topic on this, but where does the Demidov Michkov stuff fit in? Have they kind of
who are those guys?
Bedard and Celebrini just cast a shadow over them now?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Dave, yes.
Yes.
I think Michkov is a definite buy right now if you still believe in him. But I think a good like subtext of this whole thing, which I'm glad you brought it up, Louis, is that who would have thunk a month into the season or month and a half that no one would care about Demidov? Not that no one cares, but it's like he's not on anyone's hobby radar at this point because the whole Celebrini thing has completely outshone it. And I think, I do think it comes back again to the timing thing. Obviously, you have the season start. Celebrini's he's a Hart candidate. I mean, he's been that good. And you had these big products release. We typically wouldn't see the cup till June. Well, now we have the cup right at the start of the season, in season, and that has, gotten this whole situation bonkers. And then there's a couple of big hobby whales out there that are also flexing their wallets and duking it out for some of these cards too, and grabbing a lot of headlines.
We're
Yeah, and
porpoises, Dave.
you have like a pool of money, right? Like a set pool of money that people spend on hockey cards. So if so much more funds are going into the Celebrini market, then that just leaves less funds for the Demidovs and the Michkovs. So I think a lot of that's happening as well.
I'd be all over it, man. The Euros need a little bit of time. Like not all, but it's a culture shock too. Like Demidov just got here. He hasn't even been here a year. I would bet on that kid all day long. It just takes them longer. Even Michkov. It's, coming right from Russia to North America, it's a bit of a culture shock,
You made a fantastic point about focus. So when the Celebrini RPA sale came out, I had a few people message me, and I saw this in other like Instagram stories about how it's time to pack it up and leave the hobby. Right. Which I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. And if a one sale of an RPA is going to make you leave the hobby, you probably were 80% out the door in the first place anyways. But there's always opportunity, and there's always amazing cards. And if you can detach yourself from having to have the best card of the best of the product that came out today, which I get it as a draw, everyone has FOMO a little bit in that regard. To your point, Dave, there's so many other amazing cards in this hobby that the focus isn't on anymore, and the dollars aren't going to, that become great value opportunities.
Of course.
And just have fun somewhere else.
I heard a word on Jeremy Lee's like when you purposefully aquanil or something, aquanescence, that's a word, right?
I don't know.
Aquanescence, doesn't that mean
We're
doesn't
not a
that
big
mean
word show?
Well, I don't know,
Acquiesce,
stuff,
when you personally acquiesce.
but I doesn't that mean that you're purposely ignoring something negative
Yes.
and remaining positive?
Yes.
I want to be that person.
Or is it even negative, right? I mean, you can, like, there's been so much made about how, isn't it crazy that you had the Exquisite Shield and the OV inscribed 101 auto be pulled by Backyard Breaks. And then you had Mama Breaks pull the redemption for the 101.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrini Shield. And it's like, people get protective of our hobby, and they're like, they want like Grant from GP or another hockey breaker to pull it. But it's like, well, there's a good side to that too, because that's exposing hockey cards to a whole new audience. So much of the focus goes on who the breaker was, and nobody's talking about all the people that watch that breaker on a daily basis that were now just exposed to hockey cards.
Why are
more
people
were just
upset?
mad Billy gave them. They were more mad that Billy gave them the loaded boxes.
Oh, yes. That's what, sorry, that Lou, you just indirectly answered. People are always like, loaded boxes. Yes, there's Billy making thousands of dollars, but ruining his career in case, out the back door. Yeah.
But Josh, you've talked about this in the past where, you zig while other people are zagging or whatever. So
100%.
It's a great time if the focus is on Celebrini and you want to scoop up some other, get some other good deals. Maybe a lot of the attention is off of Ovechkin and Crosby and McDavid and some of those other big names, because so much of it's being on Celebrini right now. You might be able to pick up some cards that were out of reach before that now kind of come into play.
Well, our new friend of the show, he's not buying, like, I was just going to say, if you're buying thousands of dollars of a Celebrini card, like if you're spending thousands of dollars on a couple of Celebrini cards, if you're buying it not knowing you're buying the top for the next few years, you're doing it wrong. We know somebody that's buying the top and they don't care because they want the card and they don't want to hunt for it later. A few $100 or even a few thousand is not going to make a difference to certain people. So if they will overpay today, but they are aware they're overpaying and they're aware they're overpaying a top price. Right. I'm worried that, well, I'm not worried. I really don't give a crap. But there are some people that are still buying it thinking there's still room. I think those Celebrini cards don't have too much higher to go, if any.
The way I was looking at it too, it's like, okay, so a Celebrini RPA sells for a crazy amount of $24,000. And then there was people that were comparing it to, there was a recent OV RPA with a nice patch. It was a PSA 5, so I don't know how that factors into it. Who cares? And we know that about when it comes to like cup condition, but that's sold for less. And again, like the sentiment could be like it makes people upset. The hobby's over. I was never going to own a Macklin Celebrini RPA anyways, so why would that make me upset? It's like,
Well, that's everybody, dude.
it's like it doesn't affect my collecting experience one way or the other. And then to piggyback off what you just said, Dave, like I'm not big on giving life advice because who am I? And it's not like I have life figured out. But I try to approach, there's always opportunity in every situation. Right. It's that when something happens and, there's the people that are mad as hell, they're not going to take it anymore. And they're just upset and depressed. And,
I'm leaving Twitter. I'm leaving.
And it's like, I just tend to, it's like, okay, so while everyone's like hot and bothered over here, where does the opportunity exist? Now, where can I take advantage of this smokescreen and find, something that benefits me personally very well. And by kind of locking into that mindset, I never get upset about stuff anymore. It doesn't, it's like, okay, let's see if there's like really sweet Mario Lemieux cards now that people aren't buying.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's just kind of the way that I try to look at it. I do have a note though, that I want to throw out there. So, and most people saw when Mama Breaks pulled the cup Macklin Celebrini Shield Auto 101, it was a redemption.
Was it a nice redemption? Was it nicely typed? Fresh ink?
No, same piece of paper. And
Corners
which
were a
was
little bent, but
and since no other cards that we had seen so far were redemptions, it was obviously kind of strange. And I think most people, including myself, came to the assumptions like, oh, well, why would this be a redemption? Either he didn't return it, or could it be that they went and used a game used shield, which would be amazing, as the memorabilia in the card. I did reach out to Billy and ask him that. I'm like, why is this a redemption? Is it game used? And he says like, no ding dongs. On our live show, I told everyone it's not game used, that it was just a decision that Upper Deck made to do it as a redemption. So anyone that has the assumption that shield is game used, it is not. That comes from directly from Billy at Upper Deck. But
that would have been cool if it was, though.
Yeah, I think so too. And it would have, I'm sure the owner of that redemption is not happy that I verified that, because I think that would have, for potential buyers, that would have changed the price dynamic dramatically.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling too bad for them, though.
Yeah, they still.
It's still hit.
Okay, so Dave, we're going to get your feedback, but before we do, I want to go through the top 5 extremely early sales so far, and then we'll talk about some price context, and then your experience opening your tin. So here's the top 5 highest selling cards, along with each respective top sale after 5 whole days. Ooh. And of course, any sale made via eBay has been verified as paid for in Terapeak. At number 5, we have the Matvei Michkov exquisite 0304 Tribute Black RPA Gold Ink Auto. It's a 101. So
that's
for
it.
$5,649 US on eBay on December 3rd. And apparently the seller thought this was a fantastic photo and that it would help sell the card. And
shame.
Yeah,
that is an incredible price for an incredible card. I don't even collect Michkov, and I'd be considering that. That's insane.
I think that was a buy it now price, and I think the seller didn't know totally what they had.
Yeah, no kidding. You could sell that to Tom for $25,000, no problem. Easy, done. He'll pay you. How much you want? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, if that was a buy it now price, I wonder how long it was active.
Yeah, because I saw
a minute.
Grant did a video and basically showed a few sales, some early sales of some cards that definitely did not sell for as much as they should have, and kind of threw out there like, hey, if you're looking to sell cards, maybe reach out and we'll help you out with that.
You got Mama Breaks? She like, I don't know anyone in Philadelphia.
So I think this fell into that category.
All right.
That is a chunky monkey patch. Holy moly.
Beautiful.
It's a 101 exquisite of one of the biggest blue chip prospects in our league, and it sold for $5,600 American.
Yeah.
Someone made a bobo. Yeah.
If you saw that at that price, not even being it, would you have like seriously considered being
I would buy it. If I was on the porcelain throne having a horrible time, I would be smart enough to hit buy it now. If I didn't have the money on my credit card, I would still hit it buy it now, because that would at least lock up the nonsense, and then I would find a way to lie to eBay and get my money in my bank account. Yeah, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I'm not good at making money in hockey cards, but this one's a bit of a no-brainer.
It's a beautiful card. Number 4 is a Macklin Celebrini honorable numbers RPA at a 71, sold for $5,741 US via eBay on December 5th. My opinion, nice looking card. I think it was a great move for Upper Deck to switch back the honorable numbers configuration to the player's jersey number again. And in the context of all we've been talking about, I think a relative, I'll say, value on this card as well. What do you guys think?
It's a beautiful.
I think people are going to buy a Celebrini honorable numbers all day, every day at this price for a very, very long time.
Number 3 is a Will Smith Exquisite Collection RPA out of 2 with a ridiculous patch that sold for $7,167 via eBay on December 4th. It's out of 2 because, as you might remember, the exquisite RPAs are numbered to the player's jersey as well, just like with the honorable numbers. And so that makes his very, very limited.
The exquisite auto rookie patches, they always have a huge window in them. They're great cards.
Yeah.
Very nice cards. And they always kind of have a similar vibe to them. I like that they stick to that tradition.
Well, I'm assuming he has an honorable numbers card as well, right? Will Smith?
I think so. Yeah, that'll be out of 2 as well.
That would be
the time I
interesting to
wish
see what that sells for. Also, only being out of 2. I bet you it comes close to this.
And this is the time I wish Madonna's number was like 400.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, so take a mental snapshot of this one as we move on to number 2, which is a Will Smith RPA out of 99 that sold for more. $7,400 US on December 6th. The patch is nice. That string, though, it's hard for me to look at this card. It drives me so crazy. Like
beautiful.
I would.
You want to pull it, eh?
Oh
You
my
pull
God.
It's a good thing it's encapsulated right now.
Yeah, I would crack it open right away and cut that thing off. Drives me
Jenny,
crazy.
where's your sewing kit?
Troy would pay more money for that to
He
have
would.
that little string on there. So he loves the little strings.
Mm-hmm.
Which would you rather have? The exquisite out
Phil?
of 2? Phil. Or
No, this. I'd rather the RPA.
really? I'd
Yeah.
rather the exquisite.
Yeah.
These
Classier
RPAs
card.
look nice.
It's classy. Yeah, it's got panache.
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one because the other one is out of 2 and bigger patch. Yeah, I don't know. I might go with the RPA as well.
Doesn't have a royal. Yeah, I mean the smart play is this one. Yeah, but it doesn't have that royal feel to it.
I don't know. Long term, I
This is
think
the king's
this one,
card. This is a
one
king's
might-
card.
Yeah, I think this one might outsell that one 10 years from now also. So it's just the more sought after card.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1 is the aforementioned Macklin Celebrini RPA out of 99, so for only $24,000 US via eBay on December 6th. Again, best offer.
Perfect card. That's a perfect hockey card. It's beautiful.
It is.
So the steal so far appears to be the Mitchkov. I think we'd all agree on that.
Yeah.
And
By
now,
far.
given all the excitement and the big early sales, are you guys shocked that the price already has climbed at David Adams here in the US to $1,675 US for a cup of a tin? That's the Canadian dollar equivalent of $2,316. So when I said that it's $1,900 at Mint Inc. right now, CAD, and it's a pretty good deal, I think it's a pretty good deal at Mint Inc. So I would hit up mintink.ca and maybe snatch some of those up if you want it. But I it seems like, you know, when you're pulling $24,000 RPAs, does it kind of sort of soften some of the furor, do you think, that people had a week ago over the cup price?
I think the people that are angry are just getting angrier and angrier as the years go on because they're not dealing with it. And I, as a moderator for Grant's channel, the most angry people are not buyers of this product.
Yeah.
Weird, eh?
Yeah.
So that's
Sorry.
when I was moderating for Grant, 2 people could act almost similar, but if one of them had skin in the game and he just not lost, but he didn't recoup what he wanted to out of his $7,200, I gave them 60 seconds to lose it, right? Like, if you're not hurting anybody, and I even though I don't think words can't hurt you, you can definitely make people upset. But if you had skin in the game, I'm much more lenient. And then I just kind of say, okay, that's enough. You're good, right? And then both times, both people apologized, and they were great the rest of the night. The 3 people I banned didn't buy one slot in anything that Grant was doing, and they were livid. Upper Deck was the devil. Grant was stealing. Like, it's always the people that don't spend the money. So I listen more if someone's got, like, you know, skin in the game. And I haven't really seen anyone buying this product and complaining too much about it. I haven't seen it.
It feels like the price is going to keep going up, but there's one thing that's happening that makes me wonder if it will keep the price a little bit lower, in that these hobby whales are circling, and I know what they're doing, and what's happening is they are, because it's so public now when anyone hits. What's the first thing we do? And I would do it too. Like if I pulled the Celebrini shield, I'm posting it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are getting, you know, by people with real money and big money and buying it right then. So a lot of these huge cards will never go to auction.
Good point.
You know, so we're not going to see the 6-figure Celebrini RPA. I mean, it doesn't mean that they weren't bought for 6 figures or more, but nobody will ever know. And
so we should we should get a 1-800 number, like a hotline. Like, call the Gongshow hotline. Let us know. If you don't want to be known, that's fine, but let us know. Yeah, we need like anonymous email or something.
When I pulled the Swayman shield, I posted on Instagram, and within 1 hour, I had 50 DMs asking to buy it. I mean, it was like, and I can't imagine now that it's even exploded tenfold what that would be like. So,
I love the price you got for that. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
I'd love to slip into your DMs.
That's
you
gross.
wish, Louis. You wish.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think, the price is going to keep going up, or?
I don't know, man. I don't get it. How it works. How it.
I think for me, the biggest shock isn't so much even the release date price, but it was because the 23-24, where everyone was so used to the Bedard tax, that those came out at $1,000. So for these to come out right off the gate at like $1,500, it was kind of like, what's going on here? So now, you know, the Bedard prices went way up, you know, after a couple of weeks, and these just kind of started at that price. So I think that's where the most of the shock came from, is I don't think everyone was expecting, maybe after a couple of weeks it would shoot up, just not right out the gate it was going to start that high.
I have a question that I've been wanting to ask you, Dave, and it's a little delicate because I don't think you will be offended, but I don't mean to be offensive by this, but
no.
You seem to me like that you're like in the sort of like, from a financial perspective, that you're on the lower end of people that can reasonably afford to open up a tin or two of the cup I mean, you're not a guy that can go buy 12 cases and have it be like, it's no big, like going to McDonald's for normal people or something like that. Is that a good way to characterize it?
Yeah, it's okay. So I look at it as in, this is kind of like it's the best product in hockey. Yeah. And financially I can afford to buy a tin every year.
And
so
it's no big deal. And if the tins get to like where they come out at $2,500, does that equation change for you at that point?
I think it would. I think where it's at right now is pretty high. I will say this, you know, Rebecca watched my review video and she didn't get through the opening and bolted through the door. How much was the cup?
wait,
you have a good
marriage or Victoria? I'm so confused now,
let me
Dave.
Explain myself.
Was it Rebecca or Victoria? I'm so confused now after.
Stop.
Okay. Now I want to parlay this question over to Philip. They're in Ottawa. Last year, you bought you took the plunge and you bought a tin of the cup, and you had, you know, not the best experience, and then the price went up and you sort of tapped out. Have you had regrets at any, like, of not doing the opening experience, or are you at peace that you haven't bought a tin this year?
I have zero regrets. If I have any regrets, it's life regrets, that I'm not in a position that I can't go buy a case and just open it by myself. But no, I'm not spending. I had to make a decision, and it was the cup increase in price that mixed in, I'm sorry to beat a dead horse, but it stuck with me. The Series 2 price, those two things have affected me greatly. The cup price was just far too high this year, far too high for me. And I'm a single parent. Like I'm a rich poor guy. I could completely afford to go buy it. I have to draw a line somewhere, and it's that. That's
well,
it.
and we talked about this on Friday night, where you chose to use those funds to go buy a very expensive box of Fleer Ultra that you would far more enjoy opening. Whereas for me, opening a box of the cup would be far more enjoyable than opening Fleer Ultra. So it just depends on the collector and the
I had a great expo. I bought those 2 Fleer retro boxes. I've spent thousands of dollars on cards these last few months. I'm very grateful and thankful for what I have.
Yeah.
I love watching everybody else open the cup. I'll take a free 10 here and there, you know. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I would love a chance to hit a Celebrini or a Mitchkoff, or I would love that opportunity. But you know, I just finished a whole loser week. I'm good. I'm very grateful for where my collection and my life's at. I can live through others with the cup.
How many consecutive loser weeks are you at now? What's the streak at?
No, I can only do one. I can't. Tomorrow I'll put pants on tomorrow, or today. I have pants on today. Look, I got jeans on.
I did notice when I first popped on, I was like, wow, Phil's wearing clothes. I haven't seen him wearing clothes in a week. Wonder if he's actually showered.
Half a piece of cake just on his shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's my last cup price related question, or just something I've been thinking about. So if I had to guess, but I won't talk about it because it's a very big secret, of course. I'm thinking that the cup will come out again in June, and then they'll finally be caught up, right? And it'll be sort of where it's at the end of the year. What if the 25-26 rookie class kind of stays as it is, where you have Schaefer, who's been pretty good, but he's a defenseman and he's not going to lead the league in goals or anything. And Demidov is, okay. Right. And the point is nobody lights the world on fire. You would have to assume the price would have to back down at that point. For people.
What are we talking? Are we talking price of the tin or price of the RPAs?
Price of the tin.
Price of the 10.
No, they'll keep it as high. They'll keep it as high. If it doesn't sell well, they'll drop the price. And we're the idiots. We're telegraphing all our moves. The most profit will be made off of all of us always. Does that answer?
Yeah. If you want to, sorry, Dave. If you want to be cold and unemotional and just like an economist. The price of the cup was priced perfectly because it sold right away.
Sure. Okay.
Right. Any business consultant would say you might have underpriced it.
Yeah,
right. And so it's like you can't complain about it and then buy it all at the same time. That doesn't work.
Well, the distributors are not complaining.
No, but the hobby's complaining, and ultimately it's when the hobby opens their wallet and the cup is bought. That's what will always speak the loudest.
No. The people that are not buying are speaking the loudest in general. Not always. Not all. Listen, there's outliers for every absolute statement, except death and taxes. But everything else, yes. The biggest whiners and complainers spend the least amount of money in our hobby. I will die on that hill. Do
you guys?
Maybe that's why a lot of these big companies.
That only hobbyists like I don't go on like Ferrari message boards, but when Ferrari puts out a new car, do people like, well, why is this so expensive? I can't buy it. I can't afford a Ferrari. It's like,
we could ask the cup. We could ask Louis right now. Louis, why do you get mad when a shield isn't centered?
Because it looks terrible.
Okay. Well, there's our answer. How many shields do you have?
Oh, I see your point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just human nature. Nothing.
I don't get it. I don't get it. No, I seriously don't.
We're saying like why do we like to be armchair quarterbacks for things we cannot make change in? Because we're human. Josh asked that.
Okay, but I don't like the way you made. Maybe I'm reading this completely wrong, and please tell me if
probably.
I don't have any shields. You're saying because most of them are off-centered?
No, so something bothers you of a 1-of-1 shield card when they're off center, correct? Is that a fair statement?
Any shield
Right.
that's off centered, it drives me nuts.
But you don't own any, is that correct?
Correct, but why does that matter? Why do I not like them?
That's the $50,000 question we're talking about. That does that make
so
sense?
Well, you're saying you have to own one to have an opinion.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, isn't it funny how us humans we can apply this logic to other things?
Oh, you're saying we all do it, and you're using.
I'm saying we all do it. Yeah,
and you're using Louis as an example.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know what the answer is. I don't know why, but it's funny. It's a funny thing.
yeah. So
I think that's human nature, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's the whole point. Is even something that okay. So, for instance, exactly what you just said. We've talked so much about the 1-to-1 Gretzky, right?
Yeah,
How many
I know.
of us are going to
We'll
own
never have
that
it.
card? Why do we care so much when none of us are going to own that card, or maybe even never hold
See,
that card?
exactly.
But we do care very, very much. So it's the same exact philosophy. Yep.
But
Exactly
is it an opportunity to like flex some virtue of us, right? Like, is that what's going on? You know, like, I know we're getting really deep here, but like, when I complain about something I'll never attain, am I indirectly trying to flex or showcase some other part of my personality subconsciously to show that I'm
I don't think so. And then Louis, I want you, now that you've had time to think, I want to get your opinion on it later, but about how your feelings on the shields, but why the Gretzky thing bothers me, and I think maybe other people too, is I feel like that could be an important card to the hobby, and I want the hobby to have like a shining example that we can be proud of. That's saying like that this is like the penultimate of what our hobby can be. And when there's a poopy auto or an off-centered shield, it's just kind of I see the missed opportunity in that. I don't know.
That's a good answer. I did not think of it that way. I was just upset.
Yeah, but you're right though. I mean, I would never be in a position to buy that card, anyways. So you can make the point like, why do you care? But
We dog everything at any price point in this hobby, though. It could be something
Fair.
out of ice, a patch or something in there that's terrible, or it doesn't matter what it is. And I don't have to own the card to say I don't like it, or one of them. I'm looking at this, and we can even throw this Gretzky in there. I want the cards in our hobby to look freaking amazing. The shield cards are sweet, but for the love of God, put it in the middle of the cutout you made. It can't be that hard. You got a 1-of-1 Gretzky. I mean, I know all of Gretzky's autos are amazing, and then you got this 1-of-1 sweet card, and this auto is like trash.
Poopy. Skid mark. It's literally a skid mark.
I don't have to own it or ever want to own it, but I can still say it's terrible because I know I have in my head, I see the standard that I want our cards to be. I want them to be awesome in this hobby because they simply can be. Yeah. And to have off-centered shields or crappy autos on a specific card like that Gretzky drives me nuts. And I don't think that I have to own it or afford it to say I don't like it.
Yeah. The great irony of the Gretzky is that I think somebody just made this point, one of you guys said, that's the worst Gretzky auto I think I've ever seen. And maybe one of the most iconic cards. Like, he's so consistently good with his autographs, and it's like, how, did that happen here? But
it was incorrectly solicited, and I think that's a major. That's the big matzo ball of anger.
But you got to. Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
No, you go first, Louis. I'll go after you.
You have to take into consideration the fact that these cards that they put out are, I slip in the word. When we put, the new releases when I put them in the slides and stuff, they're not the actual card. It's just a mock-up or what the card could look like. Those are always going to look good. So say Gretzky's card was the oil drop patch, that same patch, but the auto was different. You can't get pissed because that's a mock-up. Of course it's going to look better. I mean, you'll watch a TV commercial on pizza and burgers and all that crap. It's all fake. It's marshmallows and glue and stuff when you pull the it's not the real thing. It's not going to be exactly like the mock-up. Right?
Yeah, of course. And the reason why is because Upper Deck, and we would want to do this too if we were Upper Deck, they want to get people excited months in advance about a set coming out and give you a taste of what will be included, what the cards will look like, etc. In the case of like the Gretzky, and this is not making an excuse for Upper Deck, it's explaining the process. The patch is, or the relic is added. That's the last part of the process. That's the last thing to happen before pack out. So at the time the preview's made, they probably haven't even identified the relic, but maybe they should change their process. My overall point would be to them is that a lot of this stuff, like in many businesses, comes down to attention to detail. Yes, Upper Deck produces hundreds of thousands, millions of cards a year, but you do 26 sets or whatever it is, mid-20s. There's 25 cards, maybe 10 to 20 cards in each of those sets that really matter a lot. You know, I think from a production level, you need to identify early on what those cards are and have a lot of eyes on those cards throughout the process to make sure that they're executed very well. Right? Nobody's going to, if there's a mistake made on like a Hendrix Lapierre Young Guns or something like that, I'm not saying it's good, but nobody's going to notice. But when one of the most, iconic cards in a set comes out all goofed up, that's going to gather a lot of attention. And so if I own the business, I'm going to say, at the very beginning of the process, here's the 15 cards that matter the most in the cup. These have to be executed perfectly.
So then put, like, it doesn't matter. Pick any card. Whatever you're going to put out and show that these cards are going to look like, where there's going to be a patch or a relic, just say there will be a patch or relic here and there will be an auto here, because then you don't get mad. There'll be
Upper
something
Deck is
there.
doing that. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, and I don't know how long ago this started. It was at least a few months ago. They are putting a disclaimer on their previews saying that the memorabilia can change when it comes out. But you're still creating an expectation, like in the case of the Gretzky with the oil drop, which I would still argue is not good.
I mean, Billy talked about it on your show. He said he's addressed it very recently, where he talked to the staff and said, don't put the Boston Bruin head on a patch. Like, don't put those as part of the preview images. So it has been addressed. So hopefully moving forward, we don't have these snafus anymore.
Do you think a lot of the designers like laugh at us? They're like, man, these guys care so much about like what color goes where and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just do it. Just do the thing as you make fun of us. Listen to your boss, Billy. Everything will be okay.
Well, yeah, great point, Phil. If you're listening to your customers, what the customers are telling you is that the details matter.
Yes, greatly. And your boss is telling you. So listen to Billy Cilio.
Okay, so Dave, you had the opportunity to open up a tin of 24-25 the cup. You bought it early, so you saved yourself some money, which was smart there. And if anyone wants to see Dave's tin opening experience, the video is up on the Gongshow YouTube channel. But kind of take us through that experience that you had doing that and what your overall thoughts were kind of seeing the cards in hand.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, I bought a tin of the cup. It was more than I've ever spent on a tin. But I still wanted to buy one. So wanted to enjoy the experience. So I did. I would say that my tin wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. But I always go into it not thinking I'm going to hit the case hit or pull a monster card. It's about the experience of opening the cup. And I think if you go into it, especially someone like me or in my financial area where I'm only going to buy one tin every year, that you have to go into it with the expectation of, I'm just going to enjoy this no matter what I hit. And if you go into it in that way, then it can be an enjoyable experience. If you go into it thinking you're going to make money, you're going to be very disappointed. So it was an enjoyable experience. I hit some cool cards. I hit a booklet that I've never hit a booklet card before in all the tins that I've opened. So that was kind of cool. Something a little bit different.
Does that count as one card?
Yeah. You want to see it?
No,
Yeah.
not really. Just let me know if it counts as one card.
No, I'm gonna show it to you, Phil. It counts as one card, but it's 4 cards.
I
in a
know what
booklet.
it looks like, you turkey. I'm just saying, in the 10, did you also get other cards, or did that count as 4 cards?
This counts as one card, Phil.
All right.
One card.
All right.
So
I still
But
don't
it's
know
a
what the
printing
player
plate.
was.
It's also a booklet. So Phil would say it's not even a card.
It's not even
That-
a card. It's a bonus.
according to Phil, it's not a card. So I got a printing plate 1-of-1 booklet of Dawson Mercer. So not the biggest name. I did pull an endorsement relics patch auto of Matthew Barzal, and those are some of my favorite looking cup cards. So I was very happy with that. I pulled a 4-color patch of
What is this? What? It's not real. It's black or white?
It's
you
like
wanna-
one
what does
color
that
and 3
mean?
slivers, from what I
Oh.
remember.
Okay, I'll just show it to you. It's really funny, actually.
What is it?
So this is my 4-color patch. There's
That
a
is
little
so
red in that
accurate now that I
color,
know what you mean. Yeah.
and there's a little sliver behind the gold over there. So
Oh, that
not
is a
my
sad
4-color
patch.
patch, but so it's actually kind of funny. So Sam Reinhart. So yeah, so if you want the Sam Reinhart or a couple other of my cards, they're on eBay right now. The auction ends on Wednesday, so knock yourself out. Oh, actually, there's one card that I did pull that I super like the design, and that's the elegant etchings.
Oh,
it
yeah.
has
Oh, those are
kind of a-
spiffy.
it has kind of a different surface to it, almost like a matte finish. So
Who'd you get?
this is Jacob Dobes. Is it Dobes?
Dobish, right?
Dobish?
Dubish. I like saying the other
Dubish?
way. Dobish.
Dobish.
No, Jacob.
How
Dubish.
is it in
No.
hand? How does
It's
it
really
look
cool.
in hand?
Like
Is it cool?
it's really nice. I really like this card. I mean, I'm selling it because I have no.
It's 180? It's a 180, eh?
All of them are. Yep.
Nice.
All the cards are 180.
What does it
Well,
taste
except
like?
For my booklet, that's what's that? It's 360. So yeah.
Okay, so if you're at the Spring Expo and there's a seller with a box of the cup, same price as this one, as what you paid on this one, did you have a good enough experience where you would be tempted to maybe take another swing at it?
No, I'm gonna buy 110, and that'll be my limit. So I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm gonna enjoy that 10 once a year. I have bought multiple tins from other years. The first couple of years I bought multiple tins, but they were also a lot cheaper. Like I bought 2 tins for the price that I bought this 110 for. So
Yeah.
gives you an idea what I bought those tins for. So
I remember mid 2000s, the second year. I don't remember what the price was, but I'm pretty sure the first year price in Canada was like $349, $359, and then it broke. When it broke, like it obviously wasn't the second year. When it broke the $500 barrier, oh my god, all hell broke loose. Like it was just. I have that memory. Like, how far have we come in not a long time, right?
Mhm.
Well, okay. So here's the other thing, and I'll do a little pushback on that as well. And I did see while we were doing our show on Friday, there were some comments that were coming in reflecting that, talking about, hey, back in this time, you could buy a box of the cup for this price. Well, back in that time, RPAs were not selling for $24,000.
No, of course. But if you ratioed it, I'm sorry, it's still the ratio is way in the big card's favor today, right?
Correct. That is true. But also you couldn't hit, at least at the time when you were pulling those big cards, they weren't pulling the numbers that the cards are pulling at this moment. So you do have to figure that into account, that you're opening a very high risk, high reward product. It is very high reward. Like you can literally buy cars with the cards.
It's the best. It's the best risk reward product of the upper. Like if you're an odds man, spend $100K, try and win the lottery, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost the same price as buying, a case of flagship, right? You're probably not going to, you have a chance of pulling a $100,000 card in a case of flagship. So you do when you buy a tin of the cup. So, and probably better odds too. So, it just, you only get 6 cards. Whereas in, a case of flagship, you get to open cards for 2 hours. So it's a lot different.
Well, and there's so much just like inflationary context that you guys all know. I'm butthurt that I spent $8,000 on a water heater. So it's like, who would have ever thought a water heater would cost $8,000?
Yeah.
until I learned that this week, right? So it's like, and two, because I you know, I really wasn't trying to. I am not in the financial position to buy a Tinley Cup. So please, I was not insulting you to say that you can buy, but I was just trying to stress the point that, you know, if the price keeps going up, that, you know, if you were a billionaire, you probably wouldn't care, but that it, you know, when would it kind of price you out?
Millionaires do though.
If the price of the cup doubled, I could still afford the cup. It's just, I don't think I could justify it in my mind.
You wouldn't see the value in it.
That's the difference. And
Yeah.
so, because I can go to the what I spent at the expo was a lot more than what I spent on the cup. But, you know, I'm buying cards that I know are going to be in my collection, so I can't afford it. It's just, there comes a point where it hits a line where you just justifiably can't do it anymore. So, which is where Phil was this year, right? He just justifiably couldn't, you know, it hit that line. It crossed over where he couldn't, he didn't want to spend the money for it. The experience he was going to have opening it wasn't going to be worth the.
It wouldn't be entertainment anymore. I'd be holding my breath, right? I'd be
Right.
like, oh, I could as soon as I think, oh, I could really use some scratch back, it's over. I cannot have that first thought. I can't. Well, it'd be nice to hit something good. I really kind of want a few $100 back. As soon as I have that thought, I'm not buying the box. I can't.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Well, if I think of like my personal like dopamine curve from opening wax, it's like, right, you know, you get the box and you're going to open it and it like spikes sky high. And then typically it's like, right. Where if I buy a single, you don't get that high of a spike initially.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, the mail day is cool, but the ride is, you know,
what's
better.
a brick to your house? Buying a card is a brick to your house, right? A brick to your collection.
Mm-hmm. So. All right, Dave. Well, good feedback. Again, if you haven't seen Dave's video, please go check it out because, as always, it's very entertaining.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, kind of give a shout out to Chandler because Chandler is actually the one who edits all my videos. So he's the one that's making fun of me and throwing up funny little clips of things or whatever. So big shout out to him. I'm grateful that he's doing it for me because I don't know how to do it.
Well, according to Phil, you need one of your kids to turn your computer on.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Sorry,
My
Dave.
computer's not working.
I betrayed your confidence. I'm sorry.
The Times Square billboard you took out to that effect, I think did that. Okay, Phil, we're ready for mailbag. You excited? Yeah. Let's go.
Yep. Got good questions this week. Let's hit them.
Yeah.
Gongshow Mailbag. First question, Instagram. A cure for the itch rips. Oh, a cure for the itch rips. Got it.
Oh.
Okay. Better long-term option, seismic gold or red outburst? Josh, what do you think?
That's a great question, actually. And I think for rookies, the red outburst, but for base, whichever is earliest in their career.
Oh, that's a really
That's a
good.
good
That's probably your best
Oh.
answer.
Yeah.
Louis, what do you think?
All I put down for this was I was wondering, you know, young guns or not. You know, I think Josh nailed it though.
Dave, you agree? Yep, I agree with Josh as well.
Totally agree.
I love both.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question. Instagram. Max Collectibles Cards Plus. If someone offered you to trade your entire collection for one Grail card, what would it be? Personally, I would take the Bedard 1/1 Gold Outburst. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Max. I'll go first. No, I would not. I have all the cards I want. I have done what you presented in a scenario. When I was 14 years old, I did that to my local card store called 52 Pickup. And the owner's son was watching the store, and he traded me pretty much 95% of my entire collection for a Brett Hall rookie card. What I didn't know when I got home was that Brett Hall rookie card had a massive crease in the back. So I went back and wanted to trade back, and he said no. So I went home and I cried like a baby, a 14-year-old crying baby. And then my mom found out, and then she called his mom, and I got my cards back. So no, I'm not doing it again. True story. Louis,
Did
what
this
do you
really
think?
happen last week? And you just changed some of the facts?
It happened when I was 14 on Eagleson Road, and the store was called 52 Pickup. Louis,
The
what
good
do you
news
think?
is Phil has moved on completely from that story.
Yeah, Phil doesn't hold a grudge on anything.
No,
I remember.
Phil.
I remember things, and I remember. Louis, what do you think?
I can go now.
Yes.
Honestly, I actually took time to think about this one, and there right now there isn't a card out there that I'm like I'd get rid of everything for it.
Look, what about like a Brodeur Panini 1-of-1 national treasures? No.
Like
No.
a centered Brodeur shield.
No such thing.
No.
All right. Josh, what do you think?
Maybe.
The one card, and this is, well, it might not be weird for me, but weird for a lot of people. The one card I always come back to, and I don't know if it would take all my collection, but I would trade all like my best cards for it, is the 2012 Flair Retro Wayne Gretzky Essential Credentials Now that's on a 9. Like
That's a big card.
that would be a grail card for me.
That's a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think I would. I've gone through my collection a few times to try to get rid of some stuff and make room for others, and I have a very hard time doing that. So I don't see myself pushing all the chips in one pile for one card. I just like too many of my cards too much to do that.
All right. Good question, though, Max. All right. Next question. Swifto Jr. 2 questions. Josh, how much EX2000 did you buy during Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Once you remove the 200 cases you bought, how much do you think is left unopened, and why is the answer still 99.99% of it? Josh.
I haven't bought any. There is a card I really want though from it that I've had the hard time finding like a decent price on. I really like sort of the Jambalaya cousin in there, the exceptional card, and I'm still hunting that. But I've been for the last year, I've been way more focused on singles than wax. I open wax at the mainly at the expo because we get to all do it together, and I found that. I think, Phil, like you like opening wax by yourself. I do not. I like doing it with you guys.
Oh, I love it. It's like a ritual for me. Yeah. I light a candle. I bake cookies. It's good.
Are you sure you just haven't opened any more because you're still injured from the case you opened like a year ago?
My fingers
Your fingers haven't fully recovered, so you can't actually open anymore.
You did ask. He's like, your fingers sore, guys? I'm like, you did not just ask that, did you?
It's a lot of work.
He hasn't built up his calluses.
That's
oh my
funny.
God.
Look at my answer, Phil.
Louis wrote, it hurts Josh's fingers to open a case. So Dave wasn't the only one thinking about it. Louis,
that's right.
It's been up there for a while.
Reputations are very easy to get on this show.
Yeah. Okay, second question from Swifto here. You mentioned Lane Hudson doesn't have a retro patch auto in the cup. However, it's likely he just didn't return them, and there'll be an update in next year. I guess that wasn't a question. Josh, what do you think about the statement?
I like that. I think that would be best case scenario.
Excellent. We're all in agreement on that. Next question, Discord. Your boy Blue, speaking of old school. This is a question about the Discord. With the success of all the recently added channels and Louis getting his own F1 channel. Oh, you did? That's cool. Don't you think it's only fair Phil gets a channel to... I'm good, man, but... Okay, don't you think it's only fair Phil gets a channel to show off his... his Disney princess cards? And I don't mean his center. That's a double hit on that sentence. Well done, well done. Louis, what do you think?
I said, no, it's not all about Phil all the time. Go see his Grindr account for more.
Excellent answer. Josh?
Somewhat in the similar vein, I said Phil shows off his princess stuff on his Eastern European OnlyFans account.
Also a good answer. I don't want my own channel. I love to perform. I love to entertain. I like to be outrageous. But this is going to be weird. I don't like that type of attention. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it does if you're me. Next question, Discord. Base card Tom C. How do you think PSA, BGS, and similar grading companies would rate Wayne's autograph on him? Wow, we're never going to let this go, eh? Would rate Wayne's autograph on his 24-25 The Cup Exquisite card. I rarely see low autograph sales, and I don't really understand what differentiates an auto grade of 6 from an auto grade of 9. I'll go first. Yeah, you and me, brother. I have no idea. I don't know how they grade autos, but I give that a 6 on the Phil 6 grade auto scale. Maybe a 5. I mean, you can't even read the name pretty much. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to ask like a different question. What percentage of the value of that card is lost by the poopiness of that auto? Like if you were going to pay $50,000 before, what are you paying now with the condition the auto's in?
I'd say 90%.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
I would say
For me.
50.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. I think
There are certain cards when I see them, even if the card looks so amazing and it's exactly what I want, if the auto is so bad, I don't even.
Yeah,
like,
it's
nope,
90%.
Nope, it's going to drive me crazy every time I look at the card.
Like to
Yeah,
pay
you can't enjoy the card
$1,000
anymore.
to pay $1,000 for that card still, I would pay. I wouldn't pay $1,500. I'd be like, yo, look, a 101 Gretzky. I'd be like, yeah, pretty ugly, dude.
Yeah.
Like, no, I would not pay $1,500 for that card today. My word. No. All right, next question. Discord, Sean. Not sure if this fits here, and if not, sorry, but was interested in hearing Billy mention how cup prices weren't determined or set by Upper Deck, which sure makes sense, but I think what makes me question is why they don't tell us to buy hobby boxes directly through them in a short window. Almost like how you can with Topps and Panini. Curious. Oh shit, sorry guys. Almost like how you can with Topps and Panini. Curious in seeing what the cup actually cost. I'll go first. I thought prices are set by Upper Deck only one time. And to be honest, I hate all of this. It's above my pay grade. It doesn't come naturally to me. Call me naive. Call me what you want. I don't know. I just get upset at this stuff. So Josh is much more rehearsed and educated in this field. So maybe we'll let him have a go at this.
Well, I think Louis kind of answered this question when he shared his quick research on the whole Dutch auction thing, that if you really want to find out what it's worth, where supply meets demand, then you do a Dutch auction and do it that way. But I don't like that either. And yeah, I don't know if we'll ever, I think at the end of the day, Upper Deck builds a product for a price. They sell it to distributors for one price. Distributors then decide how they want to mark it up and what they think they can make on it to their distribution network, and they mark it up, and then the people that buy it mark it up again. So there's lots of hands in the cookie jar when it comes to boxes of cards.
I think that this might sound rude or out of line or I don't know, ignorant, but all the hands in the cookie jar, they golf together. They protect each other as they should. And if I had my hand in the same cookie jar, I would protect. Like I'd protect Louis, Dave, and Josh if we all had a business together. It would be silly not to think they are protecting each other's interests. I do not want to think too much about that stuff. I just don't. I want a hobby the way I want a hobby, All right, next question. Discord. Unless, did anyone else have something? I'm sorry. No? Okay. Next question. Discord Foley 48. What's on your Christmas wish list this year? Louis. Or sorry,
Socks.
Josh. You go ahead. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay.
Louis got intercepted.
Gee.
No, well, he's thinking. I didn't want to interrupt his thinking.
Yeah,
I
you're fine.
see his thinking on the screen. So go ahead, Josh.
I want peace on earth, goodwill toward men, and lots of cool hockey cards in 2026.
Oh, I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
So you hate women. You want goodwill towards men, but not women. So Josh hates women.
And Connor McDavid.
And Connor McDavid. Yes, I forgot. Dave, do you have anything that you want for Christmas?
I bought myself a case of 24-25 Series 2 that I'm going to open up.
Really?
So, yeah. I'm going after Celebrini. I mean, it's, the prices for his boxes compared to Bedard's boxes were quite a bit cheaper. So why not go for the guy who's bringing it in more? So
when will you open it?
So I'm going to do something a little bit different this year. I'm going to start next week and I'm going to open one box a day and open the last box on Christmas morning.
You're such a liar. You're not going to make it.
No way.
Not a chance, dude. Not a chance.
How's that case of stature treating you?
Yeah.
Is it still
my
intact?
closet? I totally forgot about it until you brought it up.
I'm going to text you every day going forward.
Tell the Kraken where the crack is.
There's also one other card that I'm really going after hard in an auction that I really, really want. It's
The Super
and
Rookie?
by the time this airs, it actually ends in like 10 minutes. I have a bit.
What is
Okay,
it?
what is it? Tell us.
It's the exquisite patch auto of Kaprizov from this year's cup. It's the black one. You know, it's out of 25, but they did the black background this year. They look so nice. So
What's the bid at?
it's at about 500 right now, and I
That's
put in
it?
I
Damn.
put in a bid of like 600. So
602.
the first
coming
one
right
sold
up.
for like 575. So I'm going 600, and we'll see if I hit it.
Phil, I want to amend my Christmas wish list. I want Dave to give me a Kaprizov Black Exquisite Patch Auto from 2024-25
Dude.
Cup.
We're not playing this. We have to start planting seeds on the show how much we all hate the cup and stature. Because when Jason comes over next year,
Yeah.
he'll be like, all right, you knuckleheads, here you go. And I'll be like, oh, I hate the cup, man. I don't like it. Okay. All right. All right, next question. Oh, no,
Well,
I guess.
you got to get Louis' answer.
Oh, yeah,
your
I'm sorry,
answer.
I'm
Louis.
done.
Yeah, and I got to answer. Yeah, Louis, what would you like?
I'm done thinking. Well, my wish list is socks, and I'd like centered shields.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
Good.
And Dave.
Yes.
Dave.
You just want me for Christmas?
No.
Yeah,
That's
no.
gross.
3 times.
No. If you really if you really think you're going to open one box all the way to Christmas, just think of us sitting around in the gazebo up at the lake in August.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
going to rip
Well,
it out. If you open the case, you're screwed.
Where we all bought 4 days worth of wax and it lasted 1 hour. Yeah, I remember.
Yes. Well, that's my goal. You know, you have to have goals in life. That's my goal.
Well,
It doesn't mean I achieve it.
Lofty.
It's
Jesus.
just what my goal is.
All right. Next question. No more bantering.
What do you want for Christmas?
What do you want?
I would like to decrease my internal angst of things I cannot change. I'm doing a good job, but I would like to keep it going. That's it. No world peace. Burn.
Just for you.
Flooded again. Okay, here we go. Instagram. Kevin B. Smith. Hey, boys. What are your thoughts on the new 2025-26 ice configuration? Cheers. I have not looked, and I do not collect ice. I'm sure I'm happy that everybody else is happy with ice. Louis?
I liked it.
Okay. Josh?
No argues.
I think it's a positive change up. So if you're not familiar, they released a tiny preview and basically the announcement that they've switched ice to a more premium 1-pack product with like 6 cards instead of a multi-pack product. And so it's all going to be in the details, right? It's like, will the memorabilia be game used? Will the autos be on card? And, you know, one thing we had in ice was some kind of interesting inserts in the past. And so it'll be, you know, I think it will be more like a memorabilia product or an auto product. Kind of we'll have to see how that shakes out.
Okay. Good answer. Thanks, Kevin. Next, it's freaking Polly. Good evening, Lords of the Cardboard. I wanted to get your thoughts on seeing all the breakers from other sports jumping on the cup bandwagon and pulling the biggest hits while they have zero knowledge of the product or most of their clients being non-hockey collectors. I know we want the hobby to grow, get more collectors. That was in brackets. But for some reason, it bothers the stuffing out of me. Turkey lurkey. Mainly because of the breakers themselves, as they have no incentive to have the knowledge or want to collect. Seeing Grant from Side Yard. Oh, right. Seeing Trant from Side Yard Breaks butcher hockey names also makes me want to punch a wall as well. Well, he has a pretty punchable face, man. Okay, now I'm done with my half question, half Phil style rant. Love you, boys. Well, we love you too, Polly. I'll go first. I think rants are great. Good job, Polly. Rip them out and forget them. Not the cards, your rants. We're human. We all need to punch something, the wall, and scream in a pillow and vent away. That's why we have people we love and care about us around us, because we can act like that around them and they won't judge us. However, I know what you mean but you can't stop anybody from buying Upper Deck products on the secondary market. What can you do about this? You can't do anything. It's called a free market. I don't like that guy either from Side Yard Breaks. He has a very punchable face. I don't really know what he said a few years ago. I'm not going to throw up my arms or use this opportunity to show how virtuous of a person I am. I have said some horrible things in my life. I don't remember them, but I'm sure if you made a list of the top 10 worst things I ever said in my entire life, it would be very questionable. And I'm sure every single person on the planet falls into that category. I don't think it doesn't bother me much that they can't pronounce names. It does kind of suck, but maybe it's a good introduction for them to get more into hockey. Like Mama Breaks, maybe she'll really get into hockey and she'll be great at it. Who knows? But don't let it bother you. Try not to let it bother you, Paulie. Hockey's a beautiful thing, and it sounds like maybe you're just being defensive and protective of this thing that we all love. And I think that's what it is. Just focus on the good, man. There'll be crap everywhere. Let them buy the cases and get those cards. It's okay. It's okay. Louis, what do you think?
It doesn't bother me having other people put their hand in the cookie jar and open stuff.
Yeah.
Just get those cards out there.
Yeah, I agree. Josh?
Yeah, that's not the wolf I feed.
Do you want to explain that? Maybe somebody doesn't know what that means.
Oh, it's the old Native American story.
Tell the story. Yeah,
the story of two wolves, that everyone has two wolves inside of them. The one that, stands for good and love and the best things. And then the other is evil and stress. And the adage goes, the wolf that wins is the wolf you feed.
Yeah. Yep. Well said. Old proverb. Dave, anything to add? Does it bother you if other people that aren't into hockey are buying hockey? Or
I think the one silver lining is it just brings more eyeballs that don't normally get to see the hockey community. So I think in a way that's positive. As far as not being able to pronounce names correctly, I can't pronounce names correctly, and I watch hockey every day. So maybe I can pronounce it a little better, but when you can't pronounce Charlie Conacher right or a lot of other names, then you get some.
Yeah, Daniel Alfredson's my favorite hockey player, top 3 of all time. I still screw up spelling his name. I'm like, is it 2 D's or 2 S's? Like, it's just some people are really good at it, some people aren't. But it is annoying, Paulie. I totally agree. I mean, it's frustrating.
I would suggest just don't watch it. It's existing, but just don't spend the time watching it because it's just going to fuel the fire. So just ignore it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So just
try your best to ignore it, at least anyway. Mm-hmm. All right, thanks, Paulie. Next question, Instagram. Okay, mama. Not everyone can afford your repacks. Can you make a $15 to $20 repack? I'll answer right away. No. It would. I don't want to pay you to buy our product. That's what it would work out for time and work. Maybe I don't know. Josh, you probably have a way better answer.
Yeah, I don't know if we could build an exciting product that people would be excited about at that dollar price point, because you'd have to have a bunch of $5 cards in there. What I will say though, okay, mama, is we do plan to offer different themes and price points eventually. It's that, we're still just trying to kind of figure out the mechanics and how to get these out consistently, and most importantly, at the level of consistency and quality that we want to establish.
Then we'll play. We want to be really good at the one thing first, and then we'll add on some layers. Good question though, or a good suggestion. Yeah, Louis, anything to add on that, or?
You guys covered it.
You're good, yeah. All right, Instagram, Kung Fury 83. Hey boys, other than dealers not putting prices on the cards, what other dealer quirks bug you the most? Great job, everyone. Thanks, man. All right, Louis, what do you think?
Thinking something is worth more than it really is, and then they try to push in your face that I got to justify the cost of travel and my hotel and what I paid for this booth. Simply got to pay to play. Don't give me that.
Yeah, I agree.
That drives me crazy the most.
Dave, anything off the top of your head? Before
I think my most frustrating thing is when I'm trying to look at the cards in their showcase and they're making a deal with someone over their showcase. So they got like 20 cards laid out and you're like, well, I guess I won't look at your cards. So I think that if you're going to make a lot of deals, you should do it off to the side and let people look at your showcases. That's what we're all here to do, is look at cards. And if we can't see them, can't make any deals.
Josh, what do you think?
Do you guys also think the money splash is kind of weird at some point, where it's like, where like in a room of 1,000 people, do you just like lay out $100 bills in like a 4 square foot area in like Monopoly style? It's the whole thing is a little gratuitous to me.
Okay. What bothers me? When people don't move their Pelican cases, that's a customer thing. But when the dealer lets them, and most dealers let them. I have 2 friends in Ottawa, Frankie Fives. If he sees people looking at cards and someone has a Pelican case, he's like, excuse me, very polite. Can you please get your Pelican case off of the... That goes, you will lose a sale for me in a heartbeat if I don't see a card, right? What if there's a card I wanted to buy in there? I'm an easy sell, man. You want me looking at your cards. You want Dave looking at your cards. You want everybody looking at your cards. Ask the people, if you're a dealer and you have showcases, show your cases. All right. Next question. Ed Lister.
Eddie.
Ed, what's up? Hey guys, Phil, question for you growing up in Central Ontario. It's always been the blue team on hockey night in Canada now that I don't have cable and I have to watch hockey on CBC. I always use the Ottawa stream because it never seems to go down, and it's still the Leafs game in Ottawa. Do you get Sens games on Saturdays, or do you get the blue team? Ed, my truest answer is I haven't had cable in over 14 years. I don't know. I have borrowed from the internet for a long, long time. I'm not sure. I would assume the Sens games are still on. We still get blackouts. I do know that, which is insane, but we do. But I don't know if we get Sens on cable on Saturdays. I do apologize. I would assume we do. All right, next question. Herschel Golfer 69. Hey, boys. With the most recent sale of the Macklin Rookie Patch Auto, RPA, selling for $24,000, would you say we are in the golden years of RPAs, or is it just the hype? Also, was watching Grant's breaks, and he was talking about sales for Shield
You're not
cards
reading the
being-
whole question.
Quiet,
Yeah,
David.
no,
Quiet.
read the question.
No more questions. And he was talking about sales for Shield cards being well below market value on eBay. Is that just a fluke, or people outside of our hobby not knowing the value? Okay. Phil did a great job policing Grant's breaks. Thank you, Herschel. And Baba Louie shares the same love of Marty cards as I do. Right on. Thanks, gents. I'll go first. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, man. Maybe like 75% hype, 25% golden era. And thank you for the vote of confidence and praise. It was a fun and horrible day. Josh, what do you think?
There's a few things to unpack here. I think when it comes to like the RPA thing, this is just perfect timing with Celebrini having a ridiculous 6 weeks and the cup hitting at that time. And there's 99 of his RPAs, so they get pulled. Somebody made a big offer. I don't know if I would call it an era. On the Shield thing, what he's referencing, and Grant is normally very accurate with this, is there is a completed listing on eBay of an Austin Matthews Shield for $4,900 US. It wasn't paid for.
Oh.
There's also another completed listing for that same card at $25,000 US that wasn't paid for. So I don't, and you also have to remember too, up to this past literally 4 days, we've spent the last 4 months talking about how bonkers the Shield market is. So I don't want to, the first 5 days after everyone's excited about the cup, to now say the Shield market's dead based on one completed listing that wasn't paid for.
Mm-hmm.
We move on quickly in this hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? We're good? Move on?
Yep.
All right. Dunks. Nice short question. This is in relation to the debate on the quote-unquote true rookie. Love that style of episode. Good addition. I get wanting to have a clear picture, but what is the need for it? Our hobby has... Hold on, Josh. You'll have a chance. Our hobby has evolved from 1 or 2 sets to 20 plus, which in turn brings more rookie cards. We can't pick one to be the only one. That's like saying the player's first NHL game in their season is their only rookie game. They have their season, and then they are out of that category. So why do we try to pin one down? We are trying to put a vintage definition on a modern hobby. Now, part of the debate was when a card gets released after their rookie season. For example, the cup. Depending on the provenance of the photo memorabilia, I think that still qualifies. A rookie card should be defined by rookie season origin, not release date. The only thing that really matters going forward is provenance, clear proof that the patch, photo, or jersey actually came from the rookie season. If not, then yes, probably not a rookie card. Bit of a long one. Sorry, Phil. But I wanted to touch back on this topic. Thanks, fellas. And as always, appreciate what you boys do for the hobby. Thanks, brother. God, Louis, you go.
I didn't put anything down.
Okay,
for this.
Josh, you can go.
Yeah, I don't I don't think I disagree with anything he says. I just don't know if I have a giant opinion right now to weigh in. Is that bad?
No, I wrote about the photograph on the hockey card. Am I wrong? Or do you mean the picture for a card for sale of the hockey card?
No, I think what he's saying is that to him in a rookie card, he wants it to be ensured that the photo of the player on that card is a photo from their rookie season. So that everything lines up to the year that the player was a rookie. So any memorabilia would be from their rookie year, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I really agree with that. I would like that too. Even if it's a tribute, like 15 years later. I want a photograph from the guy's rookie year. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I agree, Dunks. Next, Cheeto Fingers. What's up, brother? Great friend of the show. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
With Phil's recent opening of Fleer Retro and pulling the Crosby electrifying, beautiful card. Thanks, brother. I know. I am curious, what is each of your favorite cards in your PC that you pulled yourself? I'll go first. I love this question. Love you, Cheeto. Okay, April 5th, 2024. Easy answer for you. Upper Deck National Hockey Card Day. I pulled my favorite card of all time, my 1998 Gretzky Refractor Blast from the Past. I pulled it on that day from a box. Check my Instagram for the potato cam that I used, because thank F I recorded it or nobody would believe me. But it's in there. I actually hit it. My 7th box. Cost me $3,500, but I hit it. And then I sold it because it was off center.
Are you still in buying mode on those cards?
No. I'm done. 7's enough. 6. I have 6. Yeah. Louis?
Skip me for a second. I'm
okay, Josh.
You know what's sad about this question is I have such bad luck
We
opening
know the
boxes.
answer. Yeah.
We already know.
Never pulled a card that's in my PC that I love out of a box. It's the God's honest truth, and it makes me want to crawl under my desk and cry for the rest of the night.
Oh, crap. He said that's still in your PC. Ooh, I didn't understand the assignment. Well, I apologize. Crosby electrifying. There we go. Louis?
Yeah. I was just going to show this because I didn't remember what it was, but only once. And I didn't mean to, well, that sounds kind of stupid, but this is the only card I've ever pulled myself.
Nice, yeah.
Looks like
It's a wicked. Yeah, Josh tried to get him to sell it. Josh is a jerk. Yeah, don't sell that card. No.
Otherwise, nothing. I have never pulled any PC player out of a pack ever, but then I freaking pull a Madonna out of clear cut.
Yeah, that's crazy. Out of clear cut, like one card. Amazing.
If you want this episode, Phil, to go another 4 hours and then turn it over to Lucky McLuckerson over here.
Yeah, Dave, you're allowed one card and 3 sentences. That's one. You got 2 left.
So I did pull the Swayman Shield, but I sold that, so that's no longer in my collection.
Okay, we're done. So
but
there
I
we go.
did pull the Joe Sakic all-time Future Watch Auto. That's probably my favorite pull that's in my collection now.
Oh, that's sweet.
See, that was short.
Beauty.
I feel like you took it really easy because Josh is about to tear up.
Well, Phil,
I
you did a great
I
job.
bought
You must
like
be
100 times more product than Josh has. So
fair.
Yeah.
it's the odds.
That's
I'm
it.
assuming you're
Mailbag.
exhausted,
Yeah,
Phil.
the breakers always get the hits.
Yeah.
You know what the best part about pulling this was? Is Josh was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we move on, please? Because
Give you
this is
bad
not
advice.
fun for me. I suck at opening cards. All right, fine. I can't be good at anything, but I'm just not good at opening cards.
You should go open a case of the cup for grants on cup release day. They'll be like, this is the first case that has never had any RPAs.
Yeah.
There's no RPAs in all the tins.
You got the Liam Foodie Lucky Sevens case? Yeah, I did.
Sweet.
All right, Phil,
Okay.
thank you. That's a lot of work to go through mailbag. Take a minute to breathe, and we'll go to personal pickups. Back to Phil.
Back to Phil's got.
I got
8
cards
of 'em.
this week. You're going to listen to me, good listener. Okay. So my first card this week, Fire on Ice, green prism out of 25. Upper deck.
There's the
eBay.
back.
Yep. Thank you, Louis. eBay messaged me and said there was a crease on the back of the card. I said I didn't care. And when I got the card, it wasn't a crease. It was his jersey. It looks like a crease, but there's no crease. So,
Oh, is that on the shoulder
you know what?
there?
Shoulder.
Yeah, that's not a crease. It looks like a crease.
Did you touch it?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Touched it many times. Okay. Okay, next card. Yes! One of the greatest hockey cards of all time, 2017-18 Exquisite Patrick Roy out of 15. A perfect hockey card. I don't know what else to say about it. Game use patch. I don't even care that much. If it was a practice use patch, I'd be just as happy. I would have paid every penny. Funny story about this card.
Yes.
eBay guy. So I see this card. I see a price tag of $11.50. I'm like, whoa, that's a good or best offer. I'm like, what? Normally I would just buy the card. I don't have a lot of Patrick Roy banger cards. I have some nice inserts, but this is my first banger Patrick Roy card. I messaged the guy, say, would you take 800? I didn't do best offer. I like DMing through the platform first. He waits 2 days. He replies, why don't we do, a lot of people are interested in this card. I messaged you. I'll message you on Instagram. Anyway, we go back and forth a few times. So it's about maybe a few days now. I end up getting his real phone number. We're messaging on Instagram. I text him. He replies hours later. I reply. He doesn't reply ever. I'm getting nervous. More people are watching the card. We're at like 38 people watching this card. I just bought it and he mailed it. And we've never spoken. He's never replied to my text. He's never replied to my Instagrams again. But he mailed the card and it's in my possession. So
I got a better
sometimes
story.
you just have to pull the trigger if you want the card. So did I overpay? I don't think so. Did I overpay at what we were talking about? Yeah, but I didn't ruminate. I didn't get hung up on him saying 900. He got what he wanted and I got what I wanted and we all win. All right.
And you got like a card that really shows in the game stuff because like Tristan, she pointed it out. I didn't notice this and no, I don't think anybody else did. Waugh must have lost his stick behind the net somewhere and a defender gave him one of theirs.
Not a goalie stick. I'm crushed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If it
It's
was,
not
it
a
would have
goal.
covered up the entire number stamp. So they had to.
And
put
a
little-
girl told me. A girl. All
Wait,
these sausages in the chat. Nobody notices. And then, yeah.
Does
She
that make
noticed.
you like this card more or less?
makes it unique.
Indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm indifferent. The patch, the exquisite, the upper deck, the foil. Oh, the stick is that. Yeah, if I had to pick one thing I didn't like about this card, it used to be that Material Signatures was underneath the autograph. Now it's that he's holding that stick.
Do you think
I have
maybe
a-
Upper Deck use like ChatGPT to make an AI photo, and in typical AI fashion, there's like one horribly wrong thing about it?
No, I don't live on.
They didn't have
Chat-
ChatGPT in 2017, so
Yeah, that's true. Dave, what's up?
I was gonna say I'll bring a black Sharpie with me, and we can just make the
Yeah.
make the blade a
We'll
little
just put
bigger.
Coho. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll make it
it'll be
stick.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it'll look like a hockey stick.
All right, next card. Moving on. I don't like your patronizing me. 90-91 O-Pee-Chee box bottom Patrick Roy. Amazing card. I love my tops O-Pee-Chee from 90. Box bottom, hand cut, way off center. These cards get very spendy if they're graded well. I'm not grading some civilians hand cutting. Like, I don't care. I bought this for like $3. Big fan. And I think that's
All
it,
right.
I guess.
No, you got a lot
No.
more. These ones must be the run that you got today.
Oh, yeah. I went to the card show today. I totally forgot. So this isn't an upper deck card, but it is licensed by the NHL and my Canadian government. And it's just a cool Guy Lafleur on stamp auto.
Yeah.
is it really a stamp? Like, could you like lick it and mail it to somebody?
No. There's the back. It's a card. It's a hockey card. It's 3.5 by 2.5.
Put it back up there.
Yeah. It's a hockey
okay.
card. It's a very nice hockey card. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks sharp.
Like $40. Yeah, Charlie Simmer. So, on a line with Marcel Dion, and I got a 55-point card with an auto and the royal purple and royal yellow for, say it with me, everybody, the mustache top loader binder.
Yay.
Oh, we're supposed to say it with you? Oh, okay.
Mustache top loader binder.
Yeah, no, forget it. You guys suck.
One more, Philly.
One more. Yeah, and my Crosby Diamond tribute. Yeah. Got that for
That's
30
beautiful.
bucks.
Very
30
underrated insert in 2012 Flair Retro.
That picture is horrible. You have to hold this card in your hand. We don't have a downtown, but this would be maybe something like it,
Nice.
Not a downtown. What, the Kapow? Kapoo? What is it?
Kapoo, yes. Panini Kapoo.
Well, Jason would call it that. All right, I think I'm done.
You're done. I'm up. I picked up the current 24-25 O-Pee-Chee Platinum Seismic Gold Nico Hischier. And then I don't have this one in hand, but I was kind of excited to show it. I can't wait to get it. I grabbed a 21-22 Fleer Ultra Premier Padman Brodeur, which is super cool because in the net on the picture, if you're watching on YouTube, it's all holes in there. It's kind
It's
of
all
sweet.
die cut, yeah.
Oh, that
is
that goes through. Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
And then I put this in here because it's a super sweet card, but I want to know if Josh figured out who it is. It's a 98 top season's best netminders Martin Brodeur that showed up in an eBay package from Josh, and I wanted to say thanks if you're watching.
I didn't look. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Josh bought a card on eBay, and he never really looked to see who it was. He got the card in the mail, and then inside his envelope said, "Will you give this card to Louis?"
I don't really pay
Thought it was
attention to
funny.
eBay sellers. It doesn't.
I would have to look once I saw that, though. Whatever.
Well,
Thanks, though.
it wouldn't be too hard. You could just go check your purchases on eBay.
I just don't want to.
Okay.
Fine, it will. God, you guys are so bossy. Okay, hold on. eBay.
So Josh could cure cancer and be like, man, I don't want to email it. I don't want to email the formula. I'm too lazy.
I don't
I'll
have
do it
enough
after the movie."
energy. Okay. I bought the card and I know who it is. You know who it is.
Oh, okay.
It's freaking Polly. I
Oh,
didn't even know I bought a card
freaking
from Polly.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Oh,
Yeah, so now it makes sense. So thank you, Polly.
thanks, brother.
I bought this card like 4 weeks ago, but it's been in eBay authentication black hole ever since then.
Black hole of hell.
It's a 2012 Panini Rookie Anthology, Alexander Ovechkin, Father's Day exclusive Pulsar Prism, PSA 10.
Spendy card there.
It was for me, I'm not in Dave's.
for anybody. What are you
financial
talking
bracket.
about? That's a big card.
It's a PSA 10 with a Pop 2. Only 3 copies have been graded by PSA. There's one BGS 9.5. The base silver, there's a little bit more of. So there were 2 special parallels that were produced for 2012 Prism Hockey. There was this Father's Day Pulsar, and then there's a Cracked Ice, which I think was either for the Expo or the National.
Cracked
can't
Ice
remember.
is an incredible card.
And there's only been 9 total sales to date. So I figured the card, like why I would kind of go bigger in my budget for this card is it seems pretty rare. And then it's also a really cool card that I like a lot.
I'm glad you like it because it's cool.
Yeah.
It's
And
a cool
it's
card.
but I think to Phil's point, if you're into Prism Hockey, there's a major price difference. There's only produced 2 years, 2012 and 2013. The
Big
2013s are much less inexpensive. That you have to get into bigger money to swim in the 2012 waters.
Whoa, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought, what you said.
Dave, you want to show off anything?
Well, I was hoping to show off the Kaprizov I just won on auction, but I did not win it. So
Oh, you didn't want it bad enough, greeting.
no,
That was
I
my
got-
Christmas present.
I got outbid by $5. So
You
but
lost the card for $5. Brutal.
there's 24 more copies, so I'll be going after it. But one I did pick up a week ago that's in the mail. It's actually going to Saskatoon because it was from Canada. I picked up a Complete Sticks Martin Brodeur auto. So
That's beauty.
adding
Good
it
job.
to my Complete Sticks card collection.
Any mail come for me today or place?
Nope, just the one I opened on
No,
Friday.
okay. You should have a
Did
few.
you
come
say
for me.
there was like a pair of pants or something, or a shirt or something?
No, no.
God, you're weird.
I have
All right.
no idea.
All right, guys, you good?
Wrap
Louis,
her
you
up,
good?
Come on.
You good?
I'm pretty good. There's just one thing left, Josh.
Dave, you good?
I'm good. Yeah.
All right, Phil, you have fun?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Half paying attention.
What?
Nothing. If you like the episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you like the show, you love the show, you want to support us, you want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description, both YouTube, podcast apps, Instagram, TikTok profiles, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or on Patreon directly, patreon.com, and just search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. We're on social media. Follow the Gong Show on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Have an awesome start to your week. Cannot wait to be back with you on Thursday. Baba Louie, take us out.
Bye.
It's the Gong Show, we're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire, no holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show, let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in show.
Oh my god, that's my song.